you!
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out! Combo move! This is what they've been doing! Hey, McAfee!
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick!
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Heyman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans we do have these desires of what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rapid whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade of Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family.
I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining Chase U was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like
We got some of the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in Keen A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is Keen A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with All About Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name, so he shall appear. Ladies and gentlemen, first time on the Shenanigans, Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James is talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hello and good evening to one and all once again, for I am back here in the host seat and back once again with the fam to welcome you into the weekly moderated conversation of wrestling madness. That is the Saturday Shenanigans. And I am your host right now for the evening and your only solo panelist. Hello, everybody. The Simple Man Noah Foster. It's good to be back here once again. It's good to see you all in the chat, and it's good also to be here once again where I belong with my family, the internet wrestling community, the safe spot known as the Simply Rival Studios family. Daniel, Rock and Rope, Safet, JJ, Charles, and Matt. It is good to, truly is good to see you all once again in the chat. For those that don't know, I took a 2-week hiatus just to reset, regroup, and rest from everything. I was not in a good state of mind or a good state of place, and I basically moved away from wrestling, just got to gaming, and then last week I've actually been sick. I was planning to maybe be back here last week, but I was absolutely out of it. So while I'm still fully recovering from what I had this past week, I am back here to say I am back here full-time once again to help with the fam across watch-along Shenanigans and Simply Predicting. So it's good to be back here once again in front of you all on this screen. And again, I hope everyone's doing well. So if you are tuning in, continuing for the first time, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, or PayPal of passions, it is truly as simple as that. Matt, again, I'm doing far better than what I've been. I've actually been drinking Mountain Dew since yesterday, so it's good to be feeling more normal than ever. So overall, I'm just glad to be back, and I'm feeling all right. I really, really am. And trust me, like I always say, protect your mentality. That's what I've done more than anything these past few weeks. And thank you, Safet. Okay, so that being said, for those that are tuning in, let me go ahead and remind you what this is. This is your weekly moderated conversation of wrestling madness. We're talking about all the wrestling, all the time, 24/7, 365. As we head into the holiday season, we know we got Survivor Series, Full Gear, Turning Point, Revolution, Final Resolution, Watch. And of course, we'll have Watch Along trailer for you all later this evening. But let's just go ahead and talk about what you all may want to talk about. I want to give a shout out real quick to, of course, Ryan and James, who I believe are doing a GCW watch along. We've, of course, been GCW heavy, of course, very recently. I believe this coming week we'll be covering Blood and Guts, and I have not watched Collision, Dynamite. For those that are wondering, I haven't even watched TV wrestling, honestly. I've been watching highlights and WWE matches on YouTube, the YouTube channel, to avoid watching TV. And I've actually been watching my NXT 2016 through 2019, the peak era, the black and gold, for those that don't know, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So this should be a very interesting night because I also was not given a itinerary. So let's go ahead and just talk about what's been going on lately. So I guess we could start with WWE. From what I gathered, apparently there is a tournament going on where we will determine John Cena's final opponent at Saturday night's main event. To prove that you belong with the hardest working, most dedicated man in modern day WWE history for the last 23 years through a tournament, I can kind of understand the dynamic behind it and the passion that I'm sure everyone's going to pursue towards it. But I am more so curious to see who actually might be involved in it, who might be worthy of facing John Cena on his last match for the last time. That being said, it looks like someone did pop in the chat. He's been, before my hiatus, of course, my watch-along compadre for Ring of Honor and AEW. And we also have the most reliable member of the Super Studios family. So I am not alone. You have three wise men to kick things off. We have one half of the Canadian Connection, Nicholas Ferrantes. What's his order? I don't know, but it looks like he's going to make us pick a card. So we'll bring him in first. And I'll have Walter Cruz pick a card as I bring Walter in here. First off, gentlemen, it's good to see you both once again. I hope that you all have been doing well. Let's go around and see how y'all are doing. First and foremost, Walter, I missed you, brother. How are you?
I'm all right. I missed you too, man. A little bit of a headache, but I'll be all right. I can't see the cards to even pick a card.
Yeah, about to say, let's go ahead and see what the cards we got here. The Yu-Gi-Oh! I see the
backward, yeah. The furthest to the left, I guess. I hope I didn't pick a monster card.
You probably picked a trap card. You heard it, furthest to the left. So that would be, that. Yeah. Which is the right. Yes, that.
Play my magic card. Foolish Burial.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And that being said, you know that a standard deck of cards is 52. I'm not sure what a standard deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards is, but it's still good to see Nicholas Ferrantes here regardless. Nick, how are you? About to say, completely covered up. Is it cold up there?
Welcome back from your... Oh, hold on. Oh shit. Oh
It's
shit. Right. Welcome back from your hiatus.
It feels good to be back here.
How are you?
Well, last week I've been sick as a dog, nothing but water and a soup diet, and overall, I'm feeling far better, but definitely not 100%. And it's good to be back here once again with you, Yahoos. But
I missed you. We were we not just talking about Noah the other day too? We were like, God, I miss Noah.
He had to keep us in check because everybody's going gaga over Priscilla Kelly.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I must have missed a whole lot. I figured my hiatus just encouraged you all to step up your game because I figured that while I'm gone, other people, move forward to continue to do what I do with y'all regardless, encouraging people to protect their mentality, covering the mainstream watch-alongs, and of course, keeping the peace. I imagine one of y'all did that, but maybe I was wrong. I don't know. What happens in 3 weeks? You tell me. All right. Well, that being said, thank you, Nick, and thank you, Walter. Well, I think without further ado, while we got us in time, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, wrestling. What's been going on lately with this tournament? Walter, why don't you fill me in on this last time is now John Cena tournament? Has there been a full do we know the participants, and how long is this going through? Let's start with that, and then we'll segue into some AEW stuff.
They're revealing who's in it week by week. They're not revealing everything. They did say R-Truth's name is in there because of a thing he had backstage. But by the way, I'm really pissed, and I need my credit because I definitely 100% came up with that idea of doing a tournament to earn John Cena's last match. I said that right on a No DQ review, and you were on there with me when I said that. Virtue kind of mocked me and everything, and I was like, no, because he believes in this thing where people got to earn it. It just made sense, and they freaking did it. They watch our channel, and that's it. But
hold on, hold the phone. There's something bigger we have to address.
Yes, I'll go ahead and mention it because he is from Ohio, so I will acknowledge him. He also has been a friend of the Super Studios family, and speaking of No DQ, he's probably Virtue's biggest fan. Believe it or not. Josh Mansfield is here. Josh, how are you? Been a long time since I've actually with you.
Noah, Virtue's biggest fan? Are you kidding me?
That would be your cross to bear.
I'm about to say, how many times do you crossfire with Virtue? If nothing else, let's be honest here, Josh.
Every single time.
There we go.
I know. I was told to be your cavalry.
Okay.
Before
the first time.
Before Walter and Nick showed up.
That's not the first time I ran.
Before this all went to shit.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just here for 2 hours, but it doesn't matter whether I'm alone, 2, 4, 5, or 9 of you. I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do for JJ because that's what I do. But
so, but hold on, wait. No, hold on. Before the tournament, there's even something even bigger than that.
What?
How did you get on the? How did you get on the No DQ podcast? I want to join.
I was the original one that was. I was always on it every week, and then it started rotating. So
hook a brother up.
I don't go on because I don't want to deal with Virtue.
Again, if you want to be a part of the No DQ review, reach out to Aaron Riff, Virtue, or the No DQ moderators, Colin, Andrew, and Papagino. It's as simple as that. And if you are, dedicated enough to wrestling and can bring a positive conversation, or at least an open-minded conversation with airtime under a certain minimal time, then I think you definitely qualify. Because some people don't understand what it means to, one, not talk over each other, and two, conserve your airtime. That being said, let's get back on pace here. Josh, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Shenanigans.
I am
Continue,
tired as
Walter, the outlook of the John Cena tournament, and then we'll roundtable this conversation.
So far, the first match is going to be Damian Priest versus Rusev, Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura. LA Knight, has a mystery opponent. They will not reveal who it is. I'm assuming and guessing that it's going to be Joe Hendry.
No, it's going to be Edge.
But he had to say his freaking name.
Say his name and he appears.
It's going to be Edge. It's going to be Edge. He's totally there. Totally.
I believe in
All right. I really come back after 3 weeks, and we've already dropped one game.
He said, Cena did say that it's welcome to NXT, SmackDown, Raw, and even people who aren't in the company. So who knows what that means? We can see New Japan pop up. We can see CMLL. I don't think so because they got a relationship with AEW. But AAA, we can see some luchadores in there. We can see Rey Mysterio's back from injury. He can be in this tournament. Remember when CM Punk came back years ago? It was a Rey Mysterio, John Cena match for the WWE title. Rey won it and lost it in the same night, and CM Punk came out with new music that we all know now as Cult of Personality, and that's what set up that year. So that can happen. I'm assuming. I don't know if champs can be in the tournament, so I assume CM Punk's not in the tournament. But he did call out John Cena after winning the world title, and then on Raw he said, "I could fight Cena one more time." So we'll see if he's in it. But so we know R-Truth, and that's all the contestants we know. But I'm assuming some AAA people, some NXT people, and the name I just said a little while ago are going to be in this.
You mean Joe Hendry?
Fair enough. All right, we don't overkill gimmicks here. Again, I'm back here to keep the peace, apparently, which I guess I'm the only one that's able to do that to a degree still. Go figure. All right. Well, fair enough, Walter. Thank you for that. I'm curious how deep this actually goes if it involves other companies that have been partners of WWE, because to your point, and the chat's point, Pro Wrestling Noah, AAA, TNA, I don't consider NXT separate anymore. NXT is a singularity. There's a reason why NXT has not been the same since the Black and Gold days. It's pretty much become a subpar Raw or SmackDown. Let's be honest here. It's just a melting pot with two other companies now with talent exchanges, transfer portal, whatever they call that in sports terms. I don't watch sports. But all right. I will say this, though. I know everyone keeps talking about Joe Hendry versus John Cena, considering both men's absolute positivity and popularity. But I mean, that just seems like such a red herring to call such an obvious match for John Cena's last match in Washington, D.C. But again, after that, blank versus blank's never going to happen. So I would hope it to be John Cena versus somebody he hasn't faced versus nostalgia. That's just my simple take as someone who's been out of the loop for 3 weeks. Josh, is there anything that you want to add towards this conversation on the tournament? Do you have a different outlook? Do you want to see a nostalgia match? Do you want to see a first-time match? Do you have a name that you hoped in the tournament that wasn't mentioned? And is it somebody possibly, and I know you're just a WWE fan, my friend, but do you know people outside the scope of WWE, besides Joe Hendry, that you may think could be in this?
Probably just Joe Hendry, honestly. If I'm being honest. NXT people, give me Obafemi. I mean, all day, every day. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, no matter who all is in this tournament, we all know Gunther's winning this tournament. Let's be real here. is going to be Gunther to retire John Cena. Now, I'm looking forward to the amazing matches we're going to get in this tournament because, oh my freaking goodness, some of these matchups seem very fun. That could be interesting. I'm not going to lie. That LA Knight, yeah, and Matt Cardona, basically the reason that Aaron Rift and Jeff Meacham are bald today, will be a very fun match. And I, honestly, before he does retire, I want to see Cena do "He's injured, Walter." People keep forgetting that he's legitimately injured. People just think he's not being used. No, he's legitimately injured. That's why the no DQ chat drives me nuts with that. He's injured. Thank you.
Continue.
I would still like Cena to go to TNA and have a match with Matt Cardona, have a match with Joe Hendry in TNA. Think about what a Cena first and last only one time ever appearance in TNA would do for TNA.
Okay, that's a fair shout. I do appreciate the fact that you are actually considering TNA itself in the conversation. But I was actually thinking of when it came to TNA, I was thinking of Frank Kazarian, considering Frank Kazarian is also somebody that you could never say TNA original, and we also know the Eagle mesh with him and John Cena could lead to some interesting promo battles. We do know he has 3 dates left, I believe, overall. So I wouldn't rule it out, but that was actually a name that I was thinking that I would like to see actually as a try in the tournament.
He's supposed to be in Survivor Series, but I thought when they did the promo video for the tournament the first time with Cena, he said he wasn't wrestling again until his last match. So unless something changes, like someone he faces who isn't in the tournament, or he just is like, well, I want to face this person at Survivor Series, because obviously it's not going to be Dominic at this point, because Dominic's going to go against his daddy, and his daddy's going to whoop his butt. But I digress.
Oh, okay.
And even though I am firmly on Team Dirty Dom, but again, I digress.
Fair enough. Okay, Walter, I did see your hand. You have a thought?
I just think this is the perfect opportunity. Like, what blew John Cena up? Coming out when Kurt Angle was in the ring and he said ruthless aggression. At that point, Cena, for the lack of a better word, was a nobody, right? And then that kind of made his moment. Why not take somebody who you wouldn't think from NXT or something and make him an instant star as Cena's last? Take somebody like, I know you hate him, but Trick Williams, right? If they're not doing a draft or something, right? That's a hell of a way to debut somebody from NXT. I just use Trick as an example, but you take anybody or Oba or Joe Hendry.
If it's anyone from NXT, it has to be Oba Femi.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry. It has to be Oba Femi if it's from NXT.
Okay.
Yeah, or if you take Joe Hendry, it's an instant classic making. The problem is if you do it with Joe Hendry, he's not a nobody. He's well known. Everybody loves him. Like, I really feel like you kind of repeat what Cena did, like what Angle did for Cena. You got to let Cena do it to somebody else. Like, an up and comer should be like, even though Ilya Dragunov is experienced and everything, like, use people like that. Ilya Dragunov, these people that haven't been the main event scene, and use them as the next step stool, because whoever fights him, especially if they beat Cena, instant star made. Whatever rung on the ladder they are, they're definitely going to be on the top of the ladder by the end of that match. So that's why I say use someone that's not quite up there yet, and now use that Cena match as a way to get him over the top.
Okay, fair enough. Before we continue, I do see you, Josh. I'll let you speak once I bring in our other panelists as the Shenanigans panel continues to grow. First and foremost, I'm going to bring the usual host, as for now I'm the impromptu host for the next 1 hour and 30 minutes for you all. But it's good to finally be back on screen with one of my great friends, who I know is also in a better place too, especially because this is his favorite spirited time of the year. The original host of the Saturday Shenanigans, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, is here. JJ, it's good to see you again on screen, my friend. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
No robotic or anything?
No, sir.
You are no roboto. Good. Good
We
stuff.
usually on the same wavelength, so I hope you heard what I said when you came in.
No, I missed some of it. Let me just start right off the jump. I haven't even left yet, Noah. I just found out my ride's probably not going to get off for another hour. So that's why I went ahead. I was like, okay, well, shit. I'll just plug my computer in, join, and then when we have to leave to head home, I'll dip and then, come back once I get here. But I didn't think it made sense for me to just sit there in the sidelines for an hour and a half when I could actually be here a little bit, So
That's fair. Well,
Josh, thank you for coming in when I thought that Noah had nobody. Again, Josh was my call. Everybody be nice to Mansfield just for tonight. I asked him to be here, so be nice.
Okay. I mean, again, I got no problem with Josh. Me and him, again, Ohio brothers. I mess around with him because, again, there's a reason why I want to endorse him as the future Triple H point. So, again.
According to that intro, you got something wrong with him.
Well, again, I gotta still have some gimmicks in play for life.
Wait.
Is that right? Anyway.
Wait, what does he have in the intro? Is it still the "shut the fuck up, Josh"? Or
Yes, it is. They still have
Okay,
that to
that's
this
fair.
day.
But it's like the renewed version of it.
Yeah, we can never lose that because that was such a shut the fuck up, Josh is like, damn it, James, you freaking idiot. Like, it's just notorious, So for that to be in the intro is just perfect.
I'm the freaking catchphrase generator, apparently. All right.
Now, for the next intro, we got to find some clips of Nick and all of his little costumes.
Oh, you missed. You missed the latest one, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
Duelist.
sure it was probably for the best.
This was actually more stable, and it actually was something relatable even for me. So actually, I approved of it. But anyway, JJ, as we continue the conversation on the John Cena Last Time Is Now tournament from the other man that really ESPs your mind, I'm going to go to Josh quick because I know he had a thought. Then I'll go to you for your thoughts to this. Josh, you had something you want to add towards Walter before I give it to JJ?
So with Walter, you're mentioning about Joe Hendry again. I feel like if he did that, the quasi angle thing, it would feel too similar to what happened with Joe Hendry and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I just don't think that would work. Now, your idea of Ilya Dragunov answering John Cena, good gosh, that is a just beautiful thought like crazy. At the end of the day, the only two people I can see winning this tournament who I think probably... I don't know if Gunther needs it, but I think if anyone's earned it, it's Gunther. If anyone needs it to get the Cena boost that Angle gave Cena, and if we're doing it from NXT, it has to be Obafemi. I think those are, no matter the amazing matches we get from this tournament, which are going to be many, I think those are the two top names that have to be the ones considered to retire the 17-time world champ.
I'm gonna pique Noah's interest because just imagine, you could take my money now. If the finals is Gunther versus Dragunov and the winner faces Cena, could you imagine that? And we get that again. Oh my god, dude!
There's the NXT match of the brand existence.
Walter, are you trying to make me prolapse some excitement?
Again, I gotta. I'm still recovering. I don't need to be any more of a fever right now than I have. But thank you for that.
I will say real quick, since JJ's here and Noah, you are covered. My one-legged behind has went to sleep after 3:00 in the morning, got up at 7, was out of the house by 8. I didn't get home till almost 10 o'clock tonight. I am exhausted. I am hurting. So I am going to get going because I am a very tired, one-legged Mansfield. So
That's fair.
JJ, love your background. It is Christmas mode. You and I will talk sometime also because you will like the things I've started to get for this year's season.
Well, let me just say before you leave, Josh, because I see that when Noah took things over, he changed the logo and the backdrop. This is what it was supposed to look like tonight. So we have our new Christmassy logo, and this is supposed to be the background.
Love it. I love it.
Way too soon.
Because the holidays have begun. Damn it, if the holiday season has started at Disneyland, if the local malls are beginning to set up for Santa's arrival, then damn it, the Simply Reliable Studios and the Shenanigans, which only runs once a week, mind you, can begin to get in the holiday spirit.
Miracle on 34th Street was already on Hallmark Channel.
That too.
Thank you. And the name of the font that I used for that logo is called Christmas Carol.
Love it. Now, Noah,
I knew you would, Josh. So that's why I just wanted to do that before you dipped. And before you dip, I'll let you make your point. But before you dip, I'd like you to hang tight for us to run our brand new holiday trailer. And then you can give your thoughts before you officially dip. But say what you wanted to say first.
So my thing I wanted to say just was, Noah, you're forgetting. I am the resident, Simply Reliable elf. The actual elf, if you remember correctly. You are lucky to still have me here, that I haven't been whisked back up to the North Pole yet. Let's be real here. So, and I also just spent an entire evening getting pies of whipped cream thrown in my face. I had whipped cream in my eyes for about an hour.
Did you look like Chelsea Green?
I'm not going to follow up that comment because I know exactly where that's going to go. And I want to behave, and Maddie's not here for me to make the comment.
Fair enough.
Okay, so wow, I've missed a whole damn lot. Apparently.
So wait, before he bounces, you wanted to run the trailer for him?
Yes, I do. Well, we're gonna interrupt the flow of the conversation here just because our head elf is about to depart. Run our holiday trailer. When we come back, he will give his thoughts on it, and then I will, as Noah said, give my thoughts on the tournament. So check this out, everybody.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the Christmas, all the Christmas, all the Christmas, all the Christmas, dang it, and holiday cheer.
And professional wrestling. Okay. Wow, I've missed a whole lot. And again, I'll bring it back to normality as I only can, because here at the Suburban Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, and celebrate not apparently only holiday cheer, but always all the wrestling. Especially all the wrestling that I'm excited for. Okay, JJ, I see you've been extremely busy, but I guess since I'm the host for the evening, thank you, Josh, by the way,
Quick
for
question for
being here.
JJ.
Yes,
What
sir.
day is Christmas karaoke again? Because I did not catch that date.
There was not a date on the graphic.
Okay.
It is going to be December 20th.
Okay.
That'll
I
be the
will-
Saturday before Christmas.
If I do not see you guys before then, I will see you all on December 20th.
Sounds good, Josh. Thank
Love
you
you
for
guys.
stepping up when I thought Noah was solo.
All good. I am tired. My hair is still oily from all the whipped cream I got thrown in my face today. So, which photos and videos of that for Noah, Walter, and JJ are on my Facebook if you want to see it.
Sounds good.
Basically, desensitized myself.
Good night. Love you guys. Fuck Bill Belichick.
There it is. Good night, Josh. Okay, before we continue, let's go ahead and bring back the remaining member of the original four, who apparently just got done with commentary. He says he's ready. Let's bring him on. He's probably Avatar Man. Why does his avatar look like JD is beyond me? JD from Boston. Anyway, does really cool and super dumb things on the internet. James Hebert. James, hello, man. Good to hear your voice once again. How you been?
Yes, I've been good. The reason I am going to be on camera is because I have to basically replace my PC setup. So that is why I am doing that. So that if you hear noise, that is why. So I'm basically only going to speak when I am called to speak on, if you will.
Yeah, fair enough. Then I will keep you on mute if the noise becomes too much. And if you want to raise your hand, just private chat, man. Sounds good. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. And it's good to hear your voice again. It's been a while.
And Noah, the reason that his avatar looks like that is because it was done by Albert.
Yes.
From After the Slam podcast, who has interviewed both myself and James. I also have a similar avatar done by him as well.
Yes.
Very creative dude, and a very cool thing to know. And again, if you all haven't already, please go follow him and please go follow that podcast, then of the Suburban Studios, as I encourage everybody to, of course, be an inclusive, open-minded, welcoming professional wrestling community, if such thing could exist.
Yeah,
all right.
he's
Well, that being
interviewed
said,
quite a few of us and our close friends. He's talked to DJ as well. He also interviewed Hannibal, who we've had on here a couple of times for AEW predictions, and does Wrestling with Tism with James every Monday.
Yes, indeed. I'm good.
all right. Well, James, I'll leave you to your stuff. All right. Well, that being said, JJ, let's go ahead and continue the conversation. So, again, your outlook on the John Cena tournament. Let's see if you and Walter, once again, share a similar brain.
Well, we did discuss this a little bit last week, but I wanted to bring it up again since we actually kind of know some of the matches. Because we found out 2 on Raw, 2 were announced last night on SmackDown. I missed SmackDown, so I don't know which ones were announced. So if somebody can update me there, but
I'll do it.
The mystery of it was The Miz versus Jey Uso,
Mhm.
and then the mystery opponent versus LA Knight.
Yes, that is correct.
okay. And I know Walter brought up Joe Hendry.
Yes.
I brought up Joe Hendry last week because when the tournament was presented to me, I was told that it was said that there would be people from Raw, SmackDown, and people that don't even work for the company.
Yes.
And the first name that came to my head is Joe Hendry.
Same.
Because Joe Hendry has put it out there in the ether that he wanted to work Cena on this retirement tour. And Cena came up to him after Mania and told him, if you want this to happen, you have to make it happen. What better way to make it happen than this? Period, point blank.
It's fair.
Now, there's some other names I'd like to see in the tournament as well. Not even talking about my NXT for a minute, but the AAA partnership has done way more than I thought that it would. And I know it's not really a partnership anymore per se, as they did acquire it. So WWE owns AAA.
About to say.
But as a result of that ownership, I don't want to say this because I feel like I'm going to be unjust, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's the way I truly feel. I feel like WWE purchasing AAA has brought Lucha Wrestling more to the mainstream than it's ever been in the past. And that's not a slight on Lucha Wrestling, because, you know, back in the day, you could find AAA and CMLL on like the Spanish language TV channels. And so it's not like it wasn't out there for you to find if you looked for it. But with WWE owning AAA, and to a certain extent with Tony Khan partnering with CMLL, like Lucha Wrestling, I feel, is more at the forefront than it's ever been in the past. And I only give a slight edge to WWE because they make it even more accessible by putting it free on their YouTube. CMLL, you still have to go to whatever providers they feature, and Tony Khan doesn't feature CMLL on a consistent basis. Just like he doesn't feature New Japan on a consistent basis.
Correct.
He does feature them, and he does feature them when the time is right. But it's not like you turn on Dynamite every Wednesday and see a New Japan match or a CMLL match.
Well, I can tell you who you do see, because it's been a while since I've done this. Let's see if I can still do it. Because here's the other half of the Canadian connection, because she's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. Why is she black? There we go.
It is.
Hello, Ash. It's so good to see your pleasant face again. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a nice visit with my brother.
Nice. Well, family is forever. And I'm back here with you, Yahoo. So here's to my other family.
Family is forever, and so are the Four Horsemen.
And apparently the original four here of the Superchatted Studios. I don't know which one I am, but that being said, JJ, please continue.
So I feel like because of the acquisition, like I was saying, that Lucha Wrestling is more mainstream than it's ever been in the past. And so, and at the forefront of that AAA revolution takeover, much like Joe Hendry has been for TNA, I think you've got to give it to Mr. Iguana and La Yesca. I would love to see Mr. Iguana in the Cena Last Match tournament. Now, I don't think he'll win because, and this is no disrespect to Mr. Iguana, I feel like that would be too much of a joke match.
Yeah.
For Cena's final match. You know, you want something that's going to be a little bit more serious. And while I'd love to see Mr. Iguana at least move on to like the second round, I just want to see him in there. You know, maybe do Mr. Iguana versus Finn Balor one-on-one, because we've seen them in six-man matches.
Yes, we have.
But we've never gotten to see them one-on-one. And it could be an excuse for Finn Balor to resurrect the Demon.
Oh, no.
And return as Demon Balor. And it also gives an excuse for him to resurrect the Demon Puppet.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Look, let's be real. 2025 has been the year of the puppet. Between Minnie Monet, La Yesca, and the Balor puppet. Stop me when I'm telling lies, Noah.
No lies detected.
And to even further that proof, the Muppet Show is coming back on Disney Plus.
Oh,
Yay!
bloody hell.
So it's 2025. It's the year of the puppet.
That worked out so well in the Office spoof. All right.
I'm just saying.
Fair enough,
I'm
JJ.
just saying, but I mean, I feel like it has to be Joe Hendry. I feel like anybody else is going to be disappointing.
All right, that's fair.
And Joe
is
Hendry
Gunther in the
doesn't
tournament?
Oh, hold on.
Joe
hold on.
Hendry
JJ
doesn't have to win. It would be great for him to win, but he doesn't have to win because I know a lot of people still want to see like Obafemi or something as Cena's last opponent. So what you could do is you could have Joe Hendry win. And I heard your hesitation or Nick's hesitation about it being too similar to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And
Was
that's
not
fine.
I. Was not I.
Okay. Whoever it was, that's fine. Joe Hendry can lose in 5 minutes or even longer. Maybe give him 10 minutes to Cena. Let him lose. And then Cena, almost a little heelish, but without going full-blown heel like he did earlier this year. Is there any man who has what it takes to step to me? And that's when you hit Oba's music. Because Oba's kind of been quietly absent from NXT. So you leave him off TV. You don't let him show up anywhere until this match. And then you've got Cena. Who in the hell do you think you are? The last time I saw you on TV, it was months ago, and you were losing a championship to Ricky Saints. What makes you think you can step to me? Ruthless aggression.
Control C, Control V.
Exactly. And then you've got a full circle of life moment, except unlike where Angle beats Cena, Oba beats Cena. The experienced doesn't beat the rookie this time. The rookie beats the experience.
All right. Well, thank you for all that, JJ. Now, Walter, I did see your hand before we let you speak here.
Before, I was going to say James's question about Gunther being in the tournament. To my knowledge, we still don't know yet. They're doing tumblers on Raw and SmackDown, and they're randomly pulling names for the tournament.
Oh, they're actually.
Okay. So
that's why I raised my hand. It was just to answer. It was to answer that question. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. That's all I needed. Yeah. Because I was confused because everybody was kind of rumoring that Gunther.
Yeah, the rumor has it still yet to be made official in this reality. Okie dokie. That being said, hello, Ash.
So JJ was aligned with me. I said that's a hell of a way to make a new superstar from NXT. He just said Oba. I didn't mention a star. I just said maybe trick somebody, anybody, but Oba. I didn't think of Oba. So we were on the same page.
There's a reason why Walter Cruz and JJ are not only next to each other on screen all the time, they literally are on the same wavelength most of the time. Somehow you guys are not in the same spot though in the prediction leagues, which does surprise me.
Anyway. I only don't think Trick because I think they're going to put Trick and Mello back together.
Well, he needs
whether it's a babyface or a heel, with Mello and Miz doing their whole thing that they've been doing, I could see Miz beating the piss out of Mello one night and Trick coming in for the save. And then you've got Trick Mellow gang back together, you've got 2 good mid-carders that can go for the U.S. title, and you've got another tag team in the tag division.
All right.
Yeah. The only thing that got my brain thinking about Trick is because Lash Legend made her like official main roster debut last night, and I was like, that's step 1 of the domino falling. Suddenly, Trick is going to be on the main roster to be with his woman. Like,
Hey, I have said it for a minute. Have them to put Trick and Mello together, and then bring up Lash and Kalani, and put all 4 of them together in a stable, because you've got 2 real life couples that can go in there against like the Zelina Aleister Black, the Seth Becky, once Seth is healed up and back again, the Gargano and Candice. You've got these legitimate couples now that can do some mixed tag things, because Ethan Page and Chelsea Green are the AAA mixed tag champions. So you're going to want to have some mixed tag matches on your cards to help boost that belt up and its visibility. So you may as well use some real life couples, because the chemistry is going to be there. But then you've got 2 real life couples, 2 tag teams, a men's tag team and a women's tag team. Women's tag team division is what it is, Noah. Don't at me, I know. But another tag team in the division can't hurt it. It can only help it. You let Lash go after the women's title, going up against Jade. You let Kaylani go up against Chelsea for the United States title. You can have Trick occasionally challenge for the world title, Mello for the U.S. title. You've got all kinds of different dynamics that you can play by having those 4 individuals, 2 legitimate couples together.
Okay, while you're trying to put the next mixed tag team
I
challenge,
know. Hold on.
Game. Enough. I'm bringing it.
Wait. Let me say one more.
And heaven forbid, if we ever get a moment where Ludwig Kaiser shows up again, and you've still got El Grande Americano doing his thing, and even though they're not a couple anymore, you can put Kaiser and Tiffany together.
Listen, anything's better than the metaphor, okay?
Hey, I will have you know that Oro Mensah is a G. He's a good dude. And when you bring up the metaphor to him, he actually kind of gets a little like, aw shucks, thanks for paying attention to me. I appreciate it, bro. So
yeah, no. That's fair.
Meeting and talking to main man Oro about the metaphor kind of made me appreciate them more. And if we can ever get Mara Sade at a legit GCW show instead of just JCW, I will have met half the metaphor.
Oh, wow. But,
this is true.
We all know you can't always be in the world title picture. I mean, after Cody loses his title, start having Brandy wrestle, and there's another mixed tag team.
No, please, God, keep Brandy off television.
Stop.
Brandy can't wrestle.
Stop trying to book the next mixed match challenge and actually make me think that WWE can make mixed tag team wrestling matter. All right,
I'm kind of with Noah on that. If they can't really do any good for their current tag team divisions, which they suck at on the main roster, what the hell makes you think they're going to do good with this? I'm kind of with them on that.
Something on Facebook.
The SmackDown tag division is awesome. The Raw tag division is about as pointless as the brand split.
Right.
Okay.
Which
but the
makes
SmackDown tag division is awesome, which is why I've said get rid of the 2 titles. Just have 1 tag title, travel across the shows like the women's tag title does, and things would be so much better. But you're trying to have separate brand champions for the tag division is just showing how lackluster the division truly is.
They did make it work before. Didn't they do it on Facebook or something? It was like Braun and Alex, Alexa Bliss. They
It
did
was a
something like
social
that.
media stunt for charity, yes. But I
Yeah.
will admit that there was some moments there. But again, in modern day WWE, where 3 brands are a similarity now, I don't hold my breath. There's a reason why I've only been watching New Japan and Stardom primarily during my hiatus. Anyway, thank you, JJ, for not only talking about John Cena tournament, but segueing into your booking a mixed tag team division in WWE. What the hell have I missed? Boy,
Hey,
man.
I'm just saying, man. Like, dude, I never thought that a mixed tag team championship would go over in WWE. I never thought that intergender would go over in WWE.
I still think it.
But now with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green as the champions, and Chelsea Green's got no problem. I mean, hell, look at the match she had in Lucha Underground with Penta. She's got no problem getting in there with the dudes. So, like, just make it happen. And again, if you're going to do it, use real life couples. The chemistry is already going to be there.
This is WWE. I don't hold my breath.
And you know she's gonna turn that U.S. title into the Canadian title soon. Like I'm gonna love what these two do.
Bro, if she does, I know Ash is gonna be on WWE Shop ordering those for herself for Christmas.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and let Ash actually speak as I finally bring the freaking train to Winnipeg. Hello, Ash. Been a long time. I haven't heard you say a word. From John Cena's tournament to the idea of a mixed tag team division in WWE. Here's a nice segue for you. We'll detour into this being the subtopic. As JJ pretty much booked the next tournament for WWE, while he thinks Triple A titles will be defended on WWE television. Still bold, but I respect it.
I wouldn't mind that actually, because I love the mixed match
3 weeks, the whole world goes upside down. What the hell? I should stay in hiatus. Go ahead, Ash. Continue your thoughts. Talk about John Cena tournament, and go ahead and let your thoughts towards anything JJ talk regarding mixed tag team titles from AAA on WWE. Go ahead.
So one of the favorite things about the WWE Network was the Mixed Match Challenge, and I freaking loved it because it made for like such good wrestling and also for some good comedy moments, which is much needed because especially like in the time where like everyone's ultra serious, it's okay to be funny. There's nothing wrong with silly, goofy shit in wrestling.
I'll give you that.
As for the John Cena tournament, I don't know who's all in the tournament because I haven't been keeping up, but yeah, it would make sense if Gunther does win the tournament and he goes on to beat John Cena and to be someone to retire him, because we got to remember it makes sense. Gunther retired Goldberg, him retiring Goldberg and Cena in the same calendar year would like do big things for Gunther and help him like revitalize them and regain some momentum he lost after losing that world heavyweight title.
Fair enough.
Or you can also use it to elevate Joe Hendry as he transitions from TNA to the main roster, which would be really good. That would like do big things for Joe Hendry as well.
Well, yeah, it seems almost inevitable. People are saying Joe Hendry to WWE in 2026, so I could see that.
I mean,
all right.
What else is for him to do in TNA, right? And he's been doing everything he could in NXT, making him well known and established, right?
Pretty much every time they say his name, he's popped out of every item you could put on a Family Feud board. Except the trunk. All right.
Oh my God, I love what they did last Tuesday, and I know JJ does too with the say her name, and it was Thea. Oh my God,
I saw that. It was
the
cute.
only thing I know about what the hell you all been talking about these last 3 weeks. And what the hell is Gold Rush on there twice for? Was that a botch or what? Why is that on there twice?
2 weeks.
What?
2 weeks.
It was a 2-week event.
Oh Jesus!
I also loved how they had matching outfits. That just really made it. It was like the matching outfits.
The freaking blue.
I downloaded the clip and sent it to Noah via DM because he had to see that. He knows how much I love me some Thea.
Yeah.
And dude, that was the main event. That's how the show went off the air.
As soon as I saw that, I said, "Damn, JJ just did a backflip when he saw that." Like I knew it. I was like, "Dude, he's gonna be out of his chair."
Dude, and there's another mixed tag team right there to challenge Ethan and Chelsea. Let me get Joe Hendry and Thea Hale.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it makes
Okay,
sense.
Thea Hale and Joe Hendry works. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Right, because wasn't it like a week ago on NXT they kind of teased something between Joe Hendry and Ethan Page?
Something like that, yeah.
According to the clip that JJ showed me, it sounds like that's what they're planning. It wouldn't surprise me if Gold Rush, because I saw the AAA logo, actually has Joe Hendry and Thea Hale challenging them for those AAA mixed tag team championships. Then again, that'll be NXT television. But I guess they did acquire them, so I mean, I guess that actually makes sense. Yeah. Plus NXT, that makes more sense.
I have NXT on in the background right now, so.
Again, that CW app, fuck that. And I don't have the CW. So unless Gold Rush is on Peacock, you better find somebody else for that call. I may be back for everything. It's got to be everything I can actually watch.
I'm in Canada, so I get NXT on Netflix. So yeah.
Well, again, you're Canada, eh? So there you go. All right, fair enough. Yes, JJ, I see your hand.
I just wanted to piggyback on the Gunther thing. My only issue with Gunther is that I don't feel he needs it. You don't make a new star by having Gunther retire Cena. I think this is a moment that you make a new star. You've got to pick somebody that can really be elevated by this. Gunther has already been world champion. Gunther has already retired Goldberg.
Yes.
The retirement gimmick, number one, it's going to be too similar to Randy Orton's Legend Killer gimmick.
Oh,
it's like, so what? Is AJ Styles' last match going to be against Gunther too? No, let's not. We need to elevate people. You know, there's still a small feeling in the pit of my stomach. And I know I'm the only one that feels this way because a lot of people don't get it when I say it until I lay it out for them. But there's that small nuance in the pit of my stomach that wants it to be Brooks Jensen. Because Brooks Jensen is the son of Bull Buchanan.
Holding out for that.
B Squared, Cena's original running buddy when he started the Doctor of Thugonomics. So you want to talk about a full circle moment. The son of his original sidekick retires him.
All right. Like I said.
Didn't he send a tweet out or something about him? He said, I want to face it. He did.
Yeah, because he blames Cena for his father's career.
Well, again, it's not the first time that W's missed an opportunity. So throw it out all you want.
But it's also the Triple H era. And Triple H is known for paying attention to intricate details like that. So that's why there's that small part of me that still holds out hope. But Obafemi, Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, these all make more sense.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, Brooks Jensen isn't good enough to be able to make it go beyond that moment.
No.
I like Brooks, but there's a reason why Briggs is still on television and Brooks ain't nowhere to be seen.
Enough said. Just took the words out of my mouth.
Brooks was exiled from the calling like this shitty stable of Sean Spears is, where Tatum Paxley is the NXT Women's Champion as a member of the group.
I still can't believe she did, not Lola Vice, but nonetheless.
I think it's because Tatum still has more time in NXT, and people like Lola, Jada, Lash, JC, even Fallon, probably going to be up on the main roster within the next 6 months. So give it to somebody who can have a decent little run with it, as opposed to someone who's going to be moving on sooner rather than later.
Well, again, they were supposed to do a draft in October. They didn't do it. So again, what truly is supposed to happen in WWE that makes sense? Find out next time on The Twilight Zone when the door opens the wrong way. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. Nick, you've been quiet this whole entire hour. Before we go to a commercial break and maybe move into some sort of other topic, is there anything you want to say regarding the John Cena tournament or anything else disclosing NXT AAA mixed tag team division development?
I'm gonna miss John Cena in the WWE. John Cena at AEW confirmed.
You wish, bro.
Nick, go
I
ahead. And speak.
don't know. Chances are 0. That's all I'll say.
I was about to say he holds Wiper on TBS. That's the closest you're going to get to him on AEW.
Well, listen. Considering everything else that's happened in the last fucking decade, nothing is off limits anymore. That's my logic with that. At least.
You know what? That's the one logic hole I'll actually give you that you're 100% accurate. Nick, is there anything you want to say? Okay, very good. All right. Well, that being said, that concludes the John Cena tournament talk, and that concludes the what? Give him 5-second warning, and then give him move on. 3, 2, 1.
John Cena retires and then faces Tanahashi in his retirement match.
Yay! And when we return from this commercial break, we'll be talking a little bit about Hiroshi Tanahashi's final match, as we now know what's ahead, as well as talk a little bit more about Wrestle Kingdom, because we know it's going to involve AEW talent, as we also talk about the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament and more when we come back from this commercial break here at the Saturday Shenanigans. Stay tuned.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always here at the Save Labo Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, criticize, analyze, and bring forth the holiday cheer to all of the wrestling. And welcome back here once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, private conversation of wrestling madness. Your host Steve Wolf Foster back for this 3-week hiatus with the Canadian Connection, Akibert, JJ, and Walter Cruz. Before we continue, Walter, you have something to say real quick, I believe.
Yeah, the whole thing about the tournament and the debacle of Cena's heel turn and everything. You guys know what the most ironic thing is about the end of this tournament? Is at the end of this tournament, Cena will in fact actually be the final boss. Whoever goes through the tournament has to face Cena. All that shit he went through with The Rock and the ironic heel turn. The ironic thing is he's now going to be the final boss.
You know what else is going to be ironic? By the end of the tournament, we will, in fact, not be able to see him anymore.
Except in a suit. Let's not forget what he said. Bye-bye, George. Hello, suit. Basically, Walter is basically saying, this is your Mortal Kombat arcade tower, and John Cena is the final boss. So there you go. Okay. Well, that being said, welcome back once again to Shenanigans as we segue from WWE to all other things wrestling. Of course, as you saw, we covered JCW, GCW, HLG, along with other promotions, including AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's been some recent announcements and developments, of course, in New Japan, as we now know, 3 matches for Wrestle Kingdom 20, which will be Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match of his illustrious career. We know that we have Aaron Wolf going up against Evil. We have Siri challenging Saya Kamatani for the NXT Strong Women's Championship while defending her IWGP Women's Championship title for title. And Yoda Tsuji will be defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against, botch. Yoda Tsuji will be defending the Global Heavyweight Championship against Yoda Tsuji, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, title for title. And as we just learned today from New Japan World, one last time, Tanahashi's final match will be against Birthday Beach Kazuchika Okada. They're running it back one last time in the Tokyo Dome, his greatest rival once and for all.
That's awesome that they're having that be the final match, by the way.
I'm not going to lie. I literally popped out of my bed when I saw that happen. And of course, talking about Okada and Konosuke, they are members of the Don Callis family, but they also are members of AEW. As AEW, of course, you saw, will be covering Blood and Guts, will be covering New Smash, World's End, Full Gear, probably Holiday Bash once it's announced, because you know that's what they do. Probably the Thanksgiving show, because you know that's what they do, as we do traditionally here at
And they haven't announced winter is coming yet either.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to mention that because, of course, we know that the Diamond Ring is should be defended at that, which means it's probably going to be back very soon as well. But also, we currently have Blood and Guts going, but more importantly, a women's tag team tournament is happening. And as we know, 8 teams went in, and I believe it is down now to 6 or 5. I have not kept up with today's content. I don't think today had matches, but definitely what surprised me when I was like, thank Christ. Mercedes, Monet, and Athena were eliminated by the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. So far, we know it's going to be Sky Blue and Julia Hart, the Sisters of Sin, versus the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And on the other side of the bracket, basically nothing has really been determined yet. We still have Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm taking on Rico and Alex Winza. And unfortunately, Penelope Ford is injured. Yeah, well, soon. She tore her UCL. She's out indefinitely. Marina Shafir and Megan Bain will now be going up against Ty J. And that is the remaining 6 teams in the women's tag team tournament for AEW. So I want to go ahead and dissect this a little bit, but I also want to turn it into a generalized conversation because you know one of my biggest pet peeves of the wrestling business. Why I'm sick and I can't rant tonight. So don't PayPal or Super Chat about it because I'm not going to do it. At least not tonight. I'm not 100% well. Okay, just put it in advance. And then I'm going to acknowledge you, and I'm going to go to Ash as well because she's the fair lady. And I just want to get her take on this.
I just got a random question.
Go ahead.
I know we're supposed to have short-term memories as wrestling fans, but where the hell did this Athena Mercedes conglomerate come from? Because weren't they just rivaling a few months ago over the title? Like, where the hell did this come from?
Because they were in Texas, and Athena's like, let's go after these tag team titles, and Athena lost in her own home state when Harley Cameron pinned her.
Yeah, to be fair as well, they are both kind of heelish in a way, and the whole idea is that they were pretending that they could get along in order for the fact that they actually really can't get along, and now there's going to be even more bad blood between them when they eventually do a winner-take-all match with all of them. And I guarantee you that Athena is going to pick a couple titles up en route to do that match because obviously they're not finished by a long shot. That's probably what the plan is.
I don't know what the plan is for Ultimo Monet, but we need something stronger than whatever it took to destroy Fanos to stop Monet's money train. But that's a whole different conversation, not to get JJ ranting or start the famous hashtag by Safed. Getting back to the topic at hand here, women's tag team tournament, but in general, women's tag team wrestling. Depth, importance, outlook. You look at WWE, the then, the now, the indifferent. You look at TNA, the history of the TNA knockouts for tag team championships. Those have been only the two. Those are the only 2 companies, to my knowledge, on the mainstream scene that have tried to put women's tag team wrestling at a forefront. It's been hit and miss, up and down, stop and go across both those companies. Even NWA, for their purposes, was pretty empowered. Pretty much the only tag team they had there had tag titles, which I believe they still do. But again, how relevant are they?
Actually, the tag champions right now in NWA are TVMA. TV's most attractive, one half of which is our good friend, La Princesa Tiffany Evans.
Okay, so maybe they actually might matter because it's actually around her waist. But thank you for that note. But talking about TNA, WWE, and AEW. In WWE, we got 4 teams. Let's just be honest here. You got Kabuki Warriors, you got Judgment Day, Bailey and Lyra, maybe, and the Tag Team Championship, since Soruka is injured. Again, Soruka get well soon. In TNA, you have the Inspiration and the Elegance brand. That's it. In AEW, 8, 7, 6, Ring of Honor included. The devs are right there out the get-go. The question I want to pose to all of you, sustainability. Women's tag team wrestling, can it actually sustain in any of these companies? We put AEW right now at the forefront with the fact that it has the most depth, has showcased most of their women evolution this year in their product. Thank Christ almighty, about damn time. And we also look at the fact that it is the first time they are bringing women's tag team championships into their picture and into literally their company. And the fact that they don't have 3 different shows a week and 3 different brands, I almost wonder, are these going to become a Dynamite Collision constant crossover? Are they going to be just Dynamite Collision focus, etc.? So I pose this to all of you. What's your expectation for the WWE Women's Tag Team Division? And who do you have leaving inaugurally as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions? Let's go around the horn and get y'all's thoughts. Again, the fair lady will kick things off. Ash, I will start with you. What's your outlook on women's tag team wrestling in AEW, the potential of it? And if so, who should be, let's call what it is, the gatekeepers to start with it?
So my main concern is, do they have enough women on the roster to create these makeshift teams so that they can have like cycling and out feuds? Because a lot of them are mostly in the title pictures for like the mid-card title with the TBS and the AEW's women title. And how often are they going to like wrestle each other without it getting stale, which is the main problem we have with WWE and to a degree NXT as well. And even also in TNA. So this is just like an issue in like Canada and America, because Japan has it down to a T, but that's because they have like years of experience and like all of women's promotions there, so they got a leg up on that from theirs. But
yeah,
although what works in Japan doesn't always translate very well over here in North America, so there's that little bit of a disconnect there.
Mm-hmm.
As for the tournament, I'm hoping because they're on the different blocks, right? TJ and Hart and Sky Blue.
Yes, they're on the opposite sides of the brackets.
I want that to be the fucking final. Because those are the only 2 legit teams on there that have been teaming together since the beginning.
Legit being the key word. Thank you, Ash. Continue.
So yeah, I would love for that to be the finals. And you know what? I would love for Julia and Sky Blue to be the inaugural champion, so that way you have the face teams chase after them.
There you go. All right, then. A very simple outlook, and I couldn't agree more. All right, well, thank you for that, Ash. Let's go to James next, who did private message me. So, James, let's go ahead and get your thoughts towards this. Now, AEW is pursuing the ever-long Da Vinci Code Infinite Rubik's Cube puzzle. Sustainable women's tag team wrestling. Depth, start, storytelling. What's your thoughts so far on AEW's outlook towards it? Do you think it can sustain and hold up? And what's your outlook so far on the tournament?
The issues are, I mean, and put it this way, right? There are tag teams on the outside of the actual roster that can at least sustain it for the short term. The issue is the long term. They have 3 legit teams, not just 2. You forget Mina and Tony are now also a tag team.
Basically forever lovers, then they've kind of been a duo since Stardom. So I'll give you that. But as far as AEW, the jury's out. Continue.
I'm going to count it, even if you put that asterisk on it, because the more established teams you have, the better here.
Fair enough.
They have the stories, at least with those 3, to again for the short term. What they have to do in the long term is they need to really establish proper teams for the next short term and the short term after that. That's always been the problem when booking women's tag team divisions. And when you really break it down, there's plenty of women that can do it. Will AEW have the foresight to do it? Like, Billy Starks and Athena should have been reunited and trying to chase after those titles.
I agree.
Quite honestly, like, MIT should have been a thing to go for these titles instead of Monet and fucking Athena, but at least I guess it gets Monet out of it. Whatever. They need to establish proper teams. They have something and they have potential if Megan Bang joins the Death Riders. I'm not going to lie. They really should stick with this because that could be something huge here. I wouldn't break them up just because they're makeshift. I would stick with it because, honestly, Megan Bang's a star. And at this point, the only way that I think she's ever going to get that fucking world title is if she's a part of the Death Riders and probably a tag team title run first. If that means you got to pair her up with Marina Shafir, so fucking be it. There could be something there, and their gimmicks are pretty similar. If Megan Bang can channel like a darker side of herself, go for it, right? There's other potential teams in there, like the Babes of Wrath, that they can capitalize on and try to build some chemistry there. Apparently, there already is. They have years of history together as friends. Go with that. I mean, it's JJ's favorite and my favorite, so there's at least that. So
that's fair.
I ain't complaining. But at the end of the day, they need to establish these connections in the tournament brackets that they've laid out and not just break up teams for the sake of it because they realized, it didn't work, right? Like, they have to really commit to this, and they can't just half-ass it. They need established teams so they can have established feuds for the long term, not just a short term like they have right now with the Sisters Ascend. Because everybody remembers this. This is exactly what the problem was with the Trios titles. The only true Trios feud you had was the Dark Order versus the Elite.
Yep.
What else did you have? You didn't have anything. Maybe the Best Friends, and they were in process of breaking them up any fucking way. So
what about the Elite versus the Death Triangle?
Yeah, I guess that too. So even there, you had three teams, three established teams.
I was there for the 7th match in that series.
In the Foundless Forum, you were.
So there was three established teams there too, and that was the exact same problem. So you need to make sure that whatever teams you go with, you stick with and you build on it. So long as you do that, you could do it. But they actually need to commit and not just half-ass it.
All right. I appreciate that outlook. Okay. Walter, what do you want to say or add towards the women's tag team division outlook? And let's also keep this in mind, lady and gentlemen. I'm pretty damn sure most, if not all, of the women involved still in the tournament are in Blood and Guts this Wednesday.
I believe so, yeah.
Good Lord.
Well, I'll have a broken
Except for
heart.
Mercedes, she got eliminated, right? And she's in Blood and Guts, isn't she?
She is eliminated from the tournament, but yes, she is involved in Blood and Guts, but she's already proven how much of a porcelain bitch she is when Chris dropped her on her ass. Continue, Walter.
I'll have a broken heart and I'll feel blue if Sky and Julia don't win.
Oh, bloody.
Me too.
Come on, it wrote itself. It was too easy.
Damn it, Walter, with the pun.
Damn it, Walter, you freaking idiot.
No, but yeah, it's sustainable. I think they need to take a page out of what TNA used to do with their women's division and their knockouts division. You just have to make the title seem important. I'm not saying every single pay-per-view you have to do it, but you have to defend those titles on at least all your major big pay-per-views. You have to establish it, and you've got to make the champs. I know the injury bug is around, but you're going to have to make them defend it on Dynamite, Collision, and pay-per-views, at least for the couple of months. Then you make people earn it, and you do it exclusively to pay-per-views. But in order to make it feel special and relevant, you're going to have to make people seem like they want it. Those titles mean something, damn it. We want it. So there's a line of challengers there. And you're going to have to use New Japan. I think what weakens it and what happened is
New Japan, Stardom, and CMLL, to add to your point, Walter.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is what makes it weak is when there's random ass people that aren't tag team and there's no reason. If you build a story like 2 women were losing all the freaking time, and they came together in the back in the locker room, and they were like, dude, we cannot win. There's this tournament coming up. They're talking about the titles. Let's prove we belong here. Let's come together, work together. And now that's actually a reason these 2 teamed up. Like, give us reasons why these 2 people came up rather than Tony picked 2 damn names off of a hat and popularity contest and was like, you 2 work together and go make it work. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, I know it sounds like a lot, Dad, but make me care, make me believe like these 2 didn't just randomly pair off. Like I said earlier, Athena and Monet made no sense. They were just feuding over the TBS title like 2 months ago or whatever it was. Like it made no sense. Like, make me care about it and like don't randomize it. Like you should have announced it a while back, then establish teams, and then do the tournament. Like, so that everybody's established and we can all go, holy shit, who the hell's gonna win this? We have no idea. You know what I mean?
In defense, Madman Tony Khan has been trying to plan for this, but to your point, the injury bug was so bad at the time it was originally planned, he didn't go for it. Now he's got a roster of like 14 plus different women, and he's building a tournament out of it to build inaugural champions. And there are some legitimate teams in this, and some of the other teams have a legitimate story in why they are together. Hashtag Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
Those 2 made sense why they came together. Yes. But just don't do, like, at least he made a big deal, made it a big announcement. Unlike this new title where it just fucking came out of nowhere on a Dynamite. Like, where'd this come from? Out of nowhere.
Time out. Wait. You gotta remember, I haven't been watching any like TV stuff outside the women's division. Wait, did you just say that Tony Khan just made another title?
Yes, a national championship. Pretty much trying to make up what happened with this Continental title with the fusion that Okada and it's like whatever opportunity he messed up with not having it, he's trying to make it back up by creating a new title. I think it's called the national title. You can correct me if I'm wrong. James probably would know.
Another championship?
Yeah, it just happened on Dynamite. If you have access to my Sling, you can. I didn't erase it yet. You can still see it.
No. I have my sources. It's just again during my hiatus, I've only watched New Japan, Stardom, NXT Black and Gold 2016 to 2019, and the AEW Women's Division, particularly the women's tournament, the Blood and Guts, and of course we're covering Blood and Guts this Wednesday, folks. Stay tuned for that. And
yeah, I still have it in my DVR. I didn't erase it from my DVR, so.
Fair enough. First off, that's going to be a conversation for a different.
It is national. See, it's the national title.
Okay, I'm going to have to officially look this up because I'm going to let me guess. He's going to try and figure out how to do this with Continental Classic tournament or Full Gear. I'm guessing, or some nonsense.
I have no idea. It was the most random shit out of nowhere that he just announced this. I was like, where the hell did this title come from?
I just want to say this too, by the way. Like,
go ahead, James.
If you're talking about the short term with Tony Khan's comments, I agree with that. Because short term, you didn't have enough teams that have been established where people were going to give a shit.
Right.
But you need to still make new teams, and there's plenty of women to do that with. Like, and there has been teams that they've made in the past before there was ever a tag division. Mercedes Martinez and Diamante being a prime example.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you need to makeshift the team, you have Lady Frost and fucking who was the one that fought Mercedes Martinez for the women's title like all that time ago? Serena Deeb. You have Serena Deeb and Lady Frost, who are both like technicians of their own right. You could easily make a Women of 1,000 Holds team, just as an example.
I was figuring of Thunder Rosa and Persephone because they, of course, tagged on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa and Persephone, or if you want to go with the strength that Persephone has, bring over Bozilla from Stardom, Persephone and Bozilla.
Okay, I like Bozilla. This made me happy.
I'm just saying, you have, dude. If you want to stick with Thunder Rosa and Persephone, you can team Bozilla with Nyla Rose. Their gimmicks are easily similar. It's
Jesus!
I'm just saying, like,
that's
you have women. You have teams you can make out of those women. There's so much talent you have access to within your roster and outside of the walls of your roster
Yeah, I mean, the Pro Wrestling Eve, Pro Wrestling Eve is an all women's promotion in the UK, and they literally got the Sisters of Sin take on two of their originals. They're an incredible tag match to a 20-minute draw. If the Sisters of Sin win the women's
I
tag
believe
team
Eve is a
championship,
partner. Eve is just partnered up with AEW too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're correct, because Will Ospreay, of course, is the producer there, and Will Ospreay, of course, coming off successful neck surgery as well. So, okay, let's go ahead and get Nick in here, because let's see if Nick has any thoughts towards the outlook of the women's tag team championship format and the women's tag team division, the depth and the short-term to long-term thereof. Nick, we're talking AEW, you're talking about the women's tag team tournaments, the tag titles, the outlook of women's tag team wrestling. Can AEW actually hold up to the merit of what we expect that to be? Or could it be as wishy-washy as WWE or as realistic as TNA? What are your thoughts?
Is it sustainable? Sure. I mean, anything is sustainable. It just doesn't matter. It just comes down to good creative, right?
You would hope.
I mean, and it also depends on the talent that are there. For example, we saw last week a pre-taped segment with Tegan Knox and Miranda Elise.
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about that. And I mean, that could be a whole nother team just sign AEW.
Well, I don't think so. Because they were supposed to have a match tonight against KJ. And apparently, according to rumors, they walked out of they walked out an hour before bell time.
Damn.
So that's why you had
that's poor business.
Maya World and High End facing them instead. Could it be sustainable? Yeah. I think it's all about creative and how Tony books the division.
Okay.
I mean, wrestling right now, for me at least, is taking a back seat. Nothing really seems that interesting anymore, to be honest with you. So hopefully
they kind of like the gas off a little bit. Continue.
Hopefully they can make it work, and hopefully we can see it be a focal point, and treat it better than what other companies have done in the past.
Yeah, the thing I think about with AEW, with the fact that they are trying to, bring women's tag team wrestling to a forefront, they have the division, they have the depth, they definitely can build the stories with the type of characters that they have up and down across the board here. Queen Aminata, of course, out injured also, get well soon. I really do want this to work, because I really think AEW can pull it up, because there's one thing we can say about AEW versus WWE. They actually do care a whole lot freaking more about tag team wrestling.
I know Slick's going to be mad about Queen Aminata, by the way. That's his girl. That's sad.
I'm about to say, again, man, injury bug. The AEW cares about tag team wrestling on both the men and the women's forefront. It's been kind of one of their backbones, honestly, of this company, if we're being perfectly honest here. And it's been one of the backbones of the women's division, particularly this year, as Nick's phone apparently is out of a freaking fit. We'll see if it comes back here. But I mean, I said it from the get-go. If it's not the Sisters of Sin or Ty J, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Literally Team 1 versus the most established team right now under the Triangle of Madness thing, and 4 AEW originals, might I add, literally involved in the tournament finals for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Makes perfect sense to me. But I'm holding out for Sisters of Sin because, again, Pro Wrestling Eve, if they're going across to the UK in December, I want to see them take on Sapphire Reed and freaking, what was her name? Anita Vaughn. Again, that's if she doesn't get the International Championship from Chris Statlander. And yes, I'm aware Chris Statlander is defending her Women's World Championship against Mercedes Moné. Stay tuned for my thoughts on that on City Predicting if you want to hear how I truly feel about Mercedes Moné's chances, and if it happens, here at the Simple Studios. That being said, don't worry about that for now. But I think the Sisters of Sin does make the most sense, because I do think Ty J makes more sense being on the chase. And again, it's all about seeing the chase versus who's being chased. I think more people are invested in those stories versus who's being pursued. Because after somebody finally gets the accomplishment, what happens? Hi, Cody. Okay, second time. What are we doing? Drew McIntyre lost again.
You can also make that same argument for Hangman's Adam Page's current run right now in AEW.
Well, again, Swerve Strickland out injured. MJF right now indefinite to be continued. Still has a guaranteed contract. Switchblade Jay White injured, beat him last year twice. Will Ospreay out injured. People are saying the Bros are going to be champion in 2026. Kyle Fletcher had his chance while TNT champion. At least with Heyman and Page, there's plenty of people that could take it off him. For Cody,
to be fair, I think Drew lost only because he has to film that Highlander movie, and they didn't want him to disappear winning the title. That's why they're running this suspension angle. He got suspended yesterday. When he comes back, I think he is going to beat Cody. It's just they didn't want to give him the title like they did to Cody, and then he immediately disappeared for a movie. They already did it for Cody. They don't want to do it twice in a row with two champions. I do honestly think Drew is beating Cody and getting a legit run because you're gonna have CM Punk as the world champion, Drew as the WWE champion. Like I feel like that's gonna happen, depending on what they're gonna do with the Royal Rumble. But I think it's only happening because they had to shuffle around because of Seth's injury. But I think Drew's gonna benefit.
If you do that at any other time than WrestleMania, then you're risking making WrestleMania feel less important than a different show.
Ding ding.
Because at that point, what are we doing? Because that means WrestleMania means nothing on the calendar. It's just every other show during every other year. And I don't know, maybe that's what TKO is going for, but I would not do that until
I get what you mean, but they also have to make Royal Rumble in Saudi a big deal, so they're probably gonna do it in Saudi.
God, I forgot that's in Saudi Arabia.
Oh God, help
All
me!
aboard the Zayn train.
You can only pray.
Nope.
Only pray.
Zayn is gonna win the Royal Rumble in 2027, so when he can win the title in Saudi at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
too.
I forgot he is a huge fucking star there. They really love him over there, right?
Yeah, that's true. But also, are we going to survive to 2027? Hell, we're going to survive for the rest of 2025 right now here in America. I'm just saying. Good Lord. Anyway. Okay. And Datilla, good to see you in the chat. You're welcome to join the Shenanigans as well. Go ahead and send her a link if you want. And also, no. Just going to say, simply put, no. Jesus Christ, I have missed a lot. Okay. Well, that being said, bottom line, AEW, please. Why TNA has once again floundered it, and WWE has made the wheel from a hexagon to a star to a triangle to a pentagon, and still hasn't figured out what women's tag team wrestling stability is. Please, it's your first chance. Do it right, at least for a little bit.
Somebody do it right, please. I can't be the only one that can book it.
Yeah, here in America, do what's again. You don't have an all women's promotion like Stardom, but for the love of Pete, someone get women's tag team wrestling right here for the long haul, or at least longer than 6 months here in America. Is that possible? I'm just saying. All right. And again, the Vendetta is another one. Deonna Purrazzo, Taya Valkyrie. Of course, Deonna still involved in the Pure Championship tournament after making Trisha Dora humbled before.
I completely forgot that's a tournament.
Yeah, right. And here's the thing, James. If I was going to Final Battle, I would be witnessing the finals. And right now, we're down to Deonna Purrazzo, Billy Starks, Serena Deeb, and Queen Aminata. One of those four is going to be the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion.
And that belt was tailor made for all four of them. You can make the argument.
If we're not making the finals, Serena Deeb and Deonna Purrazzo, I don't know what we're doing.
Nah, I don't know what we're doing either, James. I almost am willing to not even cover that show if that don't happen, because that should be the damn match. But
that
again,
should be the match for the Pure title. Two technicians of their trade.
Like, it writes itself. Period. Anyway. Okay, so that being said, before we take maybe another commercial break and then go maybe into like a freelance world of wrestling, and maybe James can recap a little bit of GCW, let's just go ahead and get a real prediction out here real quick. Women's Blood and Guts. Team Jamie Hayter or Team Madness and Company? Which team y'all got winning?
Got the heels, because that way Mercedes loses against Statlander. Simple as that.
Ash?
Oh, that's a tough one. Like, who's all on the teams again?
It's Chris Statlander, Timeless Tony Storm, Ina Shirakawa in place of Queen Aminata, Jamie Hayter, and I believe Lil Nightingale, and there's one more I'm missing, I think. What's the last one? Someone get the damn graphic up. I can't think of it. Versus the Crying Girl Madness, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Thekla, Mercedes Monet, Megan Bain, and Marina Shafir.
Ooh, man, that's a stacked heel team.
6-on-6.
Right?
Jesus.
Yeah, I think the heel team's winning. Because that's like a really stacked roster. Although I will say the face team is going to put up one hell of a fight at least.
It will. It won't be like a job or a squash. We know that, but there's no way.
This is Blood and Guts, not what War Game's been watered down since Black and Gold NXT.
It will legitimately be the heels because again, Mercedes is on that team. She's challenging Statlander.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah,
so I think you have to have the heels win if there's any shot for Chris Statlander to retain. That's just kind of wrestling booking 101.
I would like for that to be the case. I hate how I'm conditioned to think Mercedes is going to win against Statlander, but I want Statlander to retain. It's just, oh boy, we got ourselves in quite the pickle, don't we?
Look, I'll say I'm going to say this right now. We're fearing this at All In Texas, and I told you all steadfast it was not going to happen when she's TBS champion. We're going 1 year later to the stage that Chris Statlander and Mercedes when they first faced each other over the TBS championship. The roles are reversed, and it's for the richest prize. The big one that Miss Ultimo Monet will never hold, in my opinion. The result will remain the same. I'm going to leave it at that, and you'll get more of my elegant prediction during the predicting and my outlook towards that. Again, I'm not fully peeled, so I'm not trying to give myself a migraine. So let's go ahead and stop mentioning that name and that match before I go into a rant for free at the expense of my health versus blood pressure, okay? So that being said, Walter, do you have a pick for the women's Blood and Guts match before we take a commercial break here?
I agree with James. It makes more sense for the heel teams to win because you're doing that match. You just told us not to mention, but
guys, apparently Crystal LeCure has told us the heel teams have the advantage.
Oh well,
it makes sense.
That's I was about to say that's every War Games match.
It never makes sense to have the faces have an advantage because you want them to come from behind.
Hi TNA, how the fuck are you?
Oh, you mean leave a lot now? What? Anyway, it's okay, Nick. We appreciate you, man. I will say this: before the Black and Gold NXT have War Games, Leave a Lot Down did leads them sometimes right. But again, Blood and Guts, James, you and I. Let's be honest here. You and I are the Blood and Guts team. We've called every Blood and Guts in AEW history. We got the first ever one with women, and we got, again, no Rampage. So you know what that means. Blood and Guts is going to be a 3-hour special this coming Wednesday, obviously. So we're calling 2 Blood and Guts matches, basically. So we know we're in for a freaking violent, bloody, brutal night, and the women finally get violent.
Yeah. Who's in the men's? Do we know who's in the men's?
Yes, it is the Conglomeration versus the Death Rider, simply put. And I don't know which team has the advantage there. And I think it's 4-on-4 or 5. No, it's 5-on-5. Right.
Yeah, that one I feel like has to be a 5-on-5. Okay, so it's
what?
So it's. I assume Darby's somehow involved in this, right?
Yeah, I think it's Darby, Orange, Kyle, and I forgot who the other two were.
Roderick Strong.
Mark Briscoe, that would make the most sense. I mean, I'll tell you right now. Oh, fuck that. Oh, no.
Wait. Time out. The face team has the advantage in the men's Blood and Guts match?
So here's what needs to... Here's the conundrum we're in, booking-wise, because this just occurred to me now.
What?
Okay? If the female face team is going to lose, you have to make sure that the babyface men's team wins, right? Because you can't have 2 heels winning the same match type on the same card. You could. I wouldn't care, but wrestling never does it like that. So one face team has to win, one face team has to lose.
Yes.
And the problem is the Roderick Strong component in this.
Because Roderick Strong's not part of the conglomeration.
No. Yes, he
doesn't want to deal with these people.
So, this might
oh my
be
god,
an
that
issue.
dickhead might join the Death Riders. Would.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
Wait, who might join the Death Rider?
Roderick Strong.
Well, I mean, his wife's
Right?
halfway there. You know.
But
Roderick Strong cannot be trusted.
Roderick Strong cannot be trusted. Yes,
I need the Death Riders to stop being a fucking thing.
And
already.
I do just want to point out.
Yeah, right now
he did in fact betray Pete Dunne when he joined the Undisputed Era. The Marathon in the first place.
Oh my god!
I watched
that made me so fucking mad. I was just like, "What the fuck is Roderick Strong doing part of the Undisputed Era? Get his bland, boring ass out of there. He's just putting down."
Wow! Why? I liked Roddy in the Era.
I will say this: he did win me over.
Yeah.
He did win me over. It was a slow burn, but he did win me over teaming with Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, anyway,
the faces are winning the men's match and Darby's good. Wait, you don't pin. I was going to say Darby's going to get the pin.
Only way the only way the faces win is if they could overcome the odds. Because
Darby's going to use the Scorpion Deathlock and win.
Roddy, but here's the thing: Roddy has to turn on Kyle. It has to happen. He has to join them somehow because of everything that they've kind of established running up to that turn. And they use the Death Riders to kind of further that angle. So, remember, Roddy and Moxley had a match, and Marina Shafir was right there. There's too many components that scream Roddy's going to turn heel.
Thank you, Charles.
So I'm just saying.
So basically, you guys are hedging bets. You're figuring that the faces who have the advantage here are actually still going to lose.
Yes.
And you got the heels winning here as well. You got both heel teams winning.
I don't. The only way the babyface team wins in the men's War Games match is if they fight against the 6-on-4 odds. That's obviously going to befall them. And Darby's the crazy son bitch, and we've seen Orange Cassidy's international title run. Mm-hmm. So it can be done with those perimeters, but I just don't know how they're going to pull it off to make it.
Darby keeps using the Scorpion Deathlock. I'm telling you, he's going to win with that shit.
He actually does.
He does
but again,
really well,
women's one, good lord.
He does a very good Scorpion Death Drop. I'll give you that. Yeah.
I will say this. I usually say Europeans and Canadians are the only two types of people who do a good sharpshooter, Scorpion Deathlock, but Sting being the exception. However, I will say Darby does it really well.
I mean, again, he learned it from the man himself. And again, guys, there's your women's Blood and Guts match. First ever Blood and Guts. And hopefully Sky Blue will not get set on fire because she asked for fire. She's
or
crazy.
Get injured because she has a history of getting injured in these types of matches.
We're talking about the injury bug. We're talking about the injury bug, and we have literally the depth of the women's division, the most damnedest violent match in AEW history. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. And they welcome it. I'm just saying. These women don't play. They fucking fight.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be bananas. This is going to be bonkers.
That's putting it politely, Ash. Okay.
This is going to be banana.
Banana!
Banana!
Ooh, banana.
Sorry, I like the minions.
Me too.
Clearly, and I want to play DK Bonanza, but I don't have $450 to get a Switch to. That being said, we're going to switch gears and take a commercial break and leave y'all with this. Stay tuned for our coverage of Blind Guts this Wednesday. Apparently, it's going to be a 2.5-hour special, courtesy of AEW. That's this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, courtesy of Max or TBS and their provider. We will be covering some of the studios, and yes, I will be on the call, whether it's with James, Ash, who knows? I might just borrow it and go freaking all out on my own because that's just the crazy song.
I think it's a 3-way game. I think it's you, me, and James. And by the way, I have that game. It's not worth it.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, that's sad.
Well, it's not Donkey Kong. It's Mario Odyssey or Donkey Kong Odyssey. I don't know. It's
Donkey Kong Odyssey.
Yeah, it's just weird.
That's what I get from when I watch Gat Smothers play it. It's freaking exploring and just smashing everything.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not? Well, to everyone their own. Well, let's see if anything else is worth talking about, whether it's NJPW, talking about Ace and Okada hype, each, or talking about what was covered GCW, or anything else, or what you all might want to say, because after this commercial break, it's time for Not Open Fight Night, thank Christ. But again, what used to be called Open Mic Night, because we're going to talk about absolutely anything we fucking want, and what you all want to talk about after this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always here at the Simply Reliable Studios, even during the most festive time of the year, we truly encompass, celebrate, embrace, engage, criticize, analyze, and pontificate with as much holiday spirit we can. All of the wrestling. And welcome back here once again to the Saturday Shenanigans. I am your host for this eve, Noah Foster. Good to be back here on your screens with Walter Cruz, Hebert, and our Canadian friend, Ash. Hope you all have enjoyed the conversation so far. We've talked about WWE and AEW, so let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the business, shall we? Of course, we know that James and Ryan cover GCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, they're going to start their World Tag League here very soon, and there's some very unique teams if you've already looked at NJWNightsIn2.com, Ash. We also, of course, know the Continental Classic is coming up, and of course, you all did not see in the trailer. We will cover when they're announced. Thanksgiving Dynamite, Holiday Bash, AEW, and what's the other one? The winter is coming, AEW, as well. So let's go ahead and just, shoot the breeze as we continue to here on the Simply Reliable Studio Saturday Shenanigans. It's a free open mic, so let's just go ahead and talk about whatever. And I don't mean in your denim with
okay.
Orange juice. So, James, you and Brian, I believe, just got done covering a GCW show. Give us some highlights. How was it?
Well, we covered the other one too the other day.
Yes.
And
We covered two. We covered 2 out of the 3. The third one to happen tomorrow, 4:30 p.m.
Why
EST.
don't you and Walter tag team each other and give me and Ash some highlights on your GCW coverage from the 2 shows. Start with the show from yesterday, and we'll go from there.
The show from yesterday was pretty good. Although me, Walter, Nick, and Ryan, I think our coverage was like you would think, oh, we didn't care, but we actually did have fun covering it. It's just I was tired. Ryan was tired from a wedding. I was tired because I've been working 24-hour days for the last 2 days trying to get a documentary edited. So I was tired. I had been operating under 2 hours of sleep at that point. So, yeah. So we were tired, and then we were like, hey, Walter, you want to come in? So he came in. Then Nick came in. And then we just proceeded to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! We talked about... What? Yeah, I don't know how it even came about, honestly, but it was funnier than shit. Our call was just us talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! While the matches were happening.
We were nerding out about something. Then we said, speaking of nerding, then we started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!
So you guys turned the call into an episode of Wrestling with Tism?
Yeah, it basically became that, yes. It became Friday Shenanigans.
It was Friday Night Shenanigans.
Yes.
Friday Night Shenanigans. Tonight's feature topic, anime card games.
By the way, I will say, completely unrelated to this, there is a marathon constantly going on Con TV now on YouTube of the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I fucking love. So if you love Yu-Gi-Oh!, there you go.
That's nice.
If you have Prime, it's on the original is on there. At least the
This
Oh,
will be a whole podcast in itself talking about the different Yu-Gi-Ohs and why the only one that matters is the original.
Well, I mean, hold on. To be fair, GX is overhated. GX is overhated. And the ridiculousness of 5Ds aside, them dueling on motorcycles, it was the most well-written. To be fair.
Back to GCW. Jesus.
It got to the point, Noah, that we're gonna do a broadcast where Ryan and Nick actually challenge each other to a live duel on a stream where me and James are gonna commentate it while it's gonna be like Power Slap. Those two are gonna face each other in a duel, and James and I are gonna commentate on it.
That'd be
real
amazing.
cards.
I would watch that.
With
I
real
would
cards.
watch
You're
that.
gonna do real cards, not the
You're gonna
video
go,
game?
yeah. We're doing real cards. It's a real card, a real duel,
hell
and
yeah.
we're doing a let's play. Yep. We're doing a let's play.
I've never heard such ridiculousness in my life.
It's great. It's gonna be
what's funny,
fantastic.
guys? Before I went on the show and my brother came to visit, we were playing Pokemon today.
Oh bloody hell! That's even worse.
Hey, to be fair, hey, listen, Yu-Gi-Oh is better than Pokemon, in my opinion. Personally.
Okay, good man. He's actually that's accurate. If
That's
anyone
just me.
disagrees,
I was always a
wrong,
Yu-Gi-Oh kid.
Wrong. You're all wrong. Pokemon's wrong. It is overly wrong, and you're absolutely wrong if you think it's better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, continue.
There is some cool Pokemon.
We can all agree Digimon was the worst of all of it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Don't
anime,
tell
no.
Ryan. Don't tell Ryan that, because don't tell Ryan that.
The anime was good, but the trading card game is just a different story.
And they ruined. I got pissed. I got pissed when that guy came out of nowhere and they changed Yu-Gi-Oh to the fucking dice game. That shit pissed me off.
Oh, Dungeon Dice
the Dungeon Dice Monsters fucking arc with Duke. Whatever his name.
Yeah.
Duke. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
We're nerds, Noah.
Fuck it.
By the way, why didn't he? By the way, not for nothing. Why didn't Duke duel more? Because he actually had a really good strategy, even though he was.
He really did.
Get the dice game over with Pegasus.
He played a few duels, and his deck was like really solid. And then they just like never.
Did he have the duel in that hologram thing when it was like a penguin and a judge and a
my god, the setup, the Gozaburo Kaiba arc where he's like. The Gozaburo Kaiba arc where fucking Gozaburo is orchestrating this plan to take over the bodies of innocent people so that way they can get out of this digital prison.
And the only one they beat was Tristan.
Tristan.
Of course, they won.
He turned him into a fucking monkey.
They made a monkey out of me!
And and the main antagonist's name was Noah.
Oh yes, dude, that was funnier than shit. I'm like,
ironic.
And the funniest thing is, you know what the funniest part is? Here's the best part of that. Noah is an IT guy, the one we know, and so is Noah from that part of the arc.
Yeah.
I will never strike you with a lightning bolt and turn you to stone unless I absolutely want.
This is fair.
What a coincidence.
Dude.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon. What do you prefer?
I went on a rant of how easy kids got it nowadays because Yu-Gi-Oh, shit like Yu-Gi-Oh, Ghostbusters, X-Men, had so many to be continued fucking arcs that we would have to wait an entire week to get the next episode. You fucking kids have no idea how easy you got it now. Where everything is back to back.
Every duel of Yu-Gi-Oh, freaking Yu-Gi and a Tam. Damn, 7 parts freaking took a month and a half to get to its fucking end.
Dude, that was insane. Dude, okay, the only one that was even more insane than that is Yugi and Kaiba's duel against Darts was fucking like 6 goddamn episodes.
The Seal Boy Calcos, you're right.
Yes.
The island. What is happening here?
Hi, JJ.
Hi, JJ.
Oh, hi,
We're
JJ.
talking Yu-Gi-Oh.
What the hell did I come into?
We were talking about GCW and what we had, me and James had, and we talked about how it just went into Friday Night Shenanigans, and we like went off the rails in the middle of a match, and then it just started this tangent.
Because they talked about Yu-Gi-Oh. It
wasn't the whole show, mind you, but like it was that was part of the show, and we also like, they broke a door. They broke a door in half just pulling it out. That was funny.
I leave and we're talking about an AEW women's tag division. I come back and we're talking about anime.
Yes.
Yep. Because we
What
went for
the fuck
everything else.
happened?
And we were talking about
James and Walter went into a Yu-Gi-Oh thing and caused me to rant.
And we were talking about how bad those doors were bad. They were like they had cardboard. You could see how fake the door was.
Of this.
Then they had the Home Depot freaking shopping cart in the middle of hardcore matches.
Okay, yeah, that was insanity. Okay, so just to
But
clarify,
to answer the question,
Oh,
to answer the question that was posed to me, I never watched Digimon.
Okay.
I didn't. I thought it was a Temu Pokemon.
Thank you. That's what I just said. It was the corniest shit ever.
I did get into Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I enjoyed it when it was the original, like 151 Pokemons, all the way up to like the first movie.
Yes.
The Mewtwo one?
Yeah.
That's the only movie I know when I was once a wee lad.
Anything beyond that lost me.
That's
okay,
fair.
good.
So no Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's like when Power Rangers brought the ninja stuff onto the TV
We're
series.
not. Chill up.
I'm just making a comparison.
We're not going down the trope of Power Rangers 5 versus 3.
Noah, I'm just making an analogy, a comparison.
Okay, good.
It's like when they brought the ninja stuff that they had established in the first movie onto TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Ninjor annoyed the shit out of me.
Ninjor?
I missed Hot Ass Dulcia. And everything from that point on the TV show on, I wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
That's
Same
Total
thing
Robot
with
was the worst.
Pokemon. Everything from the first Pokemon movie on, I wanted nothing to do with it. Everything from the original first episode up to the movie, down.
Okay, good.
Yu-Gi-Oh took me a bit because I never understood how this 10-year-old kid would transform into like this 25-year-old grown-up. You know,
5,000-year-old.
His balls dropped all of a sudden, got some bass in the voice.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Stop me when I'm telling lies, though.
Continue.
One of my exes used to be huge into Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just couldn't get it. And then I went back and I watched the entire first season.
Fucking hell. Kaiba boy.
And I became obsessed by it. I enjoyed the
How was my question is how the hell did Siegfried and Pegasus not have a relationship on TV? I'm just saying.
I don't think I ever got that far. I got through the first season and I started to get into the second season, and then I just kind of like shit happened as things tend to do in my life.
Joey and Maya should have had one too.
That's fair.
But
Siegfried is basically just German Pegasus.
But I enjoyed the hell out of what I saw of Yu-Gi-Oh! And like with most things, I was compelled by the villain. I was Team Kaiba all the way. Fuck you.
How dare you? How dare you be compelled?
Hey, you know what?
He was such a smart
hero at the end.
That Blue Eyes White Dragon is fire.
Dark Magician for life. Dark Magician for life.
Somewhere
I'm
I have
dog cards, man.
somewhere I have James.
Let him speak.
Somewhere I have like a little matted poster board of Kaiba and the Blue Eyes. Because that shit is fire. Just like when I would watch Pokemon, Team Rocket all the way, dude. And I'm so sad that we lost both their voice actors this year.
Yep.
Both Jesse and James passed away this year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, I give you Dark Magician, but I raised you Dark Magician girl. I liked her better than the Dark Magician.
I wonder why.
I wonder why, Walter, despite the fact she had a lower attack point. Stop!
She had good defense. She was the defense woman.
But she had the power to summon Dark Magician from anywhere in anybody's deck that was near her.
That's actually true.
That's fair. And that being said, let's go ahead and get back on track here to GCW. That's enough video game talk and anime talk for one day. Stay tuned next week, folks. Okay, James, back to GCW. Continue your recap. Jesus Christ.
If somebody can get the card up, I don't remember every match that was on there. That'd be great. Because I'm not in front of my computer right now because I am
From which show?
Friday show. And Saturdays, just to be safe. Although I really
won't believe me, or you won't understand, you don't understand, or you wouldn't understand, I think it was called.
These freaking subtitles of GCW.
I've got it. I've got it because I've got the images saved on my computer. So just give me 1 second.
Fair dues.
Cannot believe we just spent the last.
Now, I don't know what order the matches were in.
That's fine.
So I'm just going to go with the images I have here. So I've got Marcus Mathers and Joey Janela versus KJ Orso and Griffin McCoy.
Griffin McCoy and KJ Orso should be future tag team contenders against YDMP. They gelled so well together as a team.
What about Marcus and Joey?
They were good. But no, KJ Orso look like they were teaming for like the last 4 or 5 months together. Like
there was like insane chemistry between those two. They basically both have the same gimmick of being snobby, snobs. You know what I mean? That have big words. So honestly, I'd say go with them. That's definitely a future team you can build. I'm very impressed with Griffin McCoy the last few times I've seen him. This was no exception. And yeah, I think you should run with those two as a team. Janela and Mathers were very good also. I feel like they have teamed in the past, but never like in an official capacity. If there's something you want to do with Janela, instead of just throwing him in random feuds or random matchups, one way to do it, especially considering, him and Mathers, why not? But yeah, that I enjoyed the match. All things considered, very good, very entertaining.
I know the opening match was Mr. Journey. Separate Ways came out.
Yes, Mr. Journey.
Hold on, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes,
keep it in order, guys. Continue. Good God.
This next match that he's going to talk about was one that was added late.
Yes,
but definitely had my attention as soon as I saw the graphic, and that's Tony Deppen and Teriyaki.
No, so that's the match that was card
got changed.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
That sucks.
unfortunately,
Okay.
it became Matt Tremont versus Teriyaki in an ultra-violent match.
Have you all had a GCW show that hasn't changed their card yet?
No, they are the epiphany and definition of card subject to change.
Yes.
Yes. There has been. HOG, I feel, is worse when it comes to card subject to change.
House of Glory is worse at that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. But Teriyaki came out looking good. But he looked like a Timo Carlito when he was out there. I don't know. It was the fro he had. And he really did. Like, except he was going to spit razor blades at you instead of an apple. Like,
I mean,
terrifying.
To be fair, he was good. But there was no way he was beating Tremont. So there was that.
And Tremont put him over at the end. Like, he made him look like a star. Like, he hugged him, lifted his hands up. Like he made Teriyaki after. Like he told the crowd, "This is somebody you need to pay attention," without actually saying that.
Am I the only one that's finding...
Go ahead, Noah. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, am I the only one that's finding Teriyaki such a ridiculous name for a wrestler?
Oh, watch it. See all the puns I made. Go watch it.
Oh, he made a lot of puns.
I think I'll pass. Continue, guys.
Teriyaki is one who's really impressed me. I could see him as a contender for Breakout Star of the Year next year.
Yeah.
Just based off of what I've seen with him so far. He just kind of came into things late in the game, which is why I don't think he got nominated.
Yeah.
But pay attention to him and the stuff that we say about him, because he could definitely be a contender come next year.
100%.
Weren't you and I in the call when we first saw him?
Speaking of, make sure you guys get your votes in for Breakout Star of the Year male. That is the poll that is running right now. Only one person has voted.
Oh, Jesus.
That's ridiculous. And it looks like it's the young lady in the corner there. So thank you, Ash.
I don't think it's about us voting. It's also about everyone else voting, too. So, guys, come on, everybody. Do your part.
That'd be sad if my pick wins by default.
Right?
The automatic winner. Ash.
So the next match that I have, James, is Slade and Dr. Redacted.
Oh yeah, that was a bloody mess.
Oh, ill.
I
Ill.
don't doubt it.
In which way?
Oh, that was I believe this, by the way, was the match with the Home Depot shopping cart.
Yes,
so we can clearly tell it was the Home Depot shopping cart because the decal was left in it, which means that GCW stole a Home Depot shopping cart in Connecticut.
Well, they probably did that. They did that and bought those light tubes on wholesale and the doors because as many as they freaking had, like they must have went to Home Depot earlier. There's a Webster Theater. There's a Home Depot about 10 minutes up the road. So that's probably what they actually did. Although the wheels are supposed to lock in the cart when you go through a certain part of the cart of the parking lot. So I don't know how they got it out of there. But yeah, that was a bloody mess. And Slade's back. Noah, you know those bed of razors, those things that James and I don't like?
Yes.
Slade's back literally looks like those. Like his back is disgustingly scarred up. Like Slade has been through hell and back twice.
Yeah.
Talk about the scars of battle.
Yeah, it was it has been crazy. But yeah, that was a crazy match. It was a bloody match. Go watch it because I can't even do it justice, really. Like you have to see it in order to understand how violent it got.
And it was the main event. I didn't think it was because I'll let JJ say the matches, but I thought the other match should have been the main event. I was surprised this was.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, so the next match I have the graphic for is one that I'm really looking forward to watching because Vandal 48. Atticus and Otis Cogar and Christian Napier, or as James and Ryan like to call them, Cogar Hair, Cogar Bald, and Cousin Cogar, took on YDMP and Ricky Morton.
Yes.
You heard me, Ricky Morton.
The Rock and Roll Express?
Yes. Ricky Morton is literally booked on every GCW show this weekend.
What the fuck?
And believe it or not, he was a big star in the match, and it was all about him because of what happened.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
It was because his... I can't... damn it. You ain't see it now. I can't ruin it. I don't want to...
Walter,
I don't want to spoil
talk about it. It's all good because I don't know when I'm going to get to go back and watch it.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
Basically, the story was his son turning on him.
Put it to you this way. I saw the Joe Hendry Thea Hale shit before I watched the entire show of the CW, okay?
Oh, okay.
So it is what it is. So just go ahead. Harry, I think, has already turned on Ricky in just about every city and state they've ever gone to. So
yeah, that pretty much was the story. And then James didn't like everybody and their mother come out in the middle of the match. Like Slade came out in the middle of this match, like before his actual match. It was like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Like it just became a weird thing. Like everybody was involved, which left Norton in the ring by himself, and his son came out and low blowed him, I think it was, or hit him from behind in the corner of the rope when they jumped from that little like elevated stage area. So he cost them the match. His own son.
That's messed up.
That's
what the story was more about. That it was more about the betrayal.
I mean, how many times have we seen family members turn on each other in professional wrestling?
Insert
Dominic and Ray, Eddie and Chavo, Edge and Christian, Matt and
Owen.
Do I need to keep going?
Brett and Owen, Canadian down there.
There you go.
You know what? Chat, go ahead and continue the conversation on this family betrayal as they continue the GCW recaps. Continue. Tag on.
James, anything you want to add for this match? Because I know what a big component and cheerleader you are for both Vandal 48 and YDMP.
I will say I found it funny that the most talked about thing out of this show, and specifically this match was riddled with it, was people from the NWA and Ricky and Kerry Morton. But no, the match.
Just for the record, people, Kerry Morton is on the card. He didn't just randomly show up in this match.
Yes.
Okay.
We just haven't gotten to his match yet, but just for the record, he was booked on this show. That's why he got involved.
Okay,
Yes.
very good.
And it's Norton's fault that his son got involved. We'll talk about it, but it's what he did in his son's match is what caused his son to be like, well, fuck that.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
right. This is very fair.
All right, so the next match I have a graphic for. It's not GCW without some intergender wrestling.
Accurate.
Yes.
Hell's favorite harlot, Priscilla Kelly, taking on Mr. Very Nice, Very Evil, Danhausen.
This was a very good match, and Priscilla Kelly also looked very good. As in,
this is where we needed Noah because we were all gaga over Priscilla Kelly,
dude,
especially
all
Ryan.
three of us, me, Ryan, and
I
Walter.
leave for 3 weeks, and you guys can't hold down your freaking. Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
Noah, let me ask you this, Noah. Would you expect anything less from this ragtag bunch of misfits, Ash included?
Yes, to be fair. She likes spiders.
Blame JCW. You know how the match started? Handful of dick. I shit you not.
Oh yeah, she did the no. Was it this match? Was it this match?
Yes.
Or a different match?
She grabbed a handful of.
Yeah, she did the iron claw to the penis area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She that was different. I don't think I can't actually. I called what I saw, and that's what happened. So don't blame me. Blame them for doing the spot.
At least Danhausen didn't go Joey Ryan and do the thrust so that she did the little front face flop.
And I will say this: I know I'm a fat ass and I can't talk, and I understand he's been injured or not, but damn, Danhausen needs to work on his cardio.
Yeah. Because he did a. So he was doing a clothesline spot, like multiple clotheslines in the corner, and he tired himself out doing it so many times, and the crowd was laughing, and they're like, "One more time!" And he's like, "Oh, one more? You're killing me."
The one more time looked like this. Where's the camera? Like, he went. That's what it looked like. Like it was like.
It was funny. It was funny as shit. But yeah, that was funny. That was an entertaining matchup. Unfortunately, Priscilla Kelly didn't get the win, and I'm sick of her losing. So give her a damn win.
I did like because of her black heart or whatever, or her nickname. She the curse didn't work on her.
Oh yeah, no, because she's Hell's favorite harlot, so that's a gimmick. Curses don't work on me, buddy. Yeah, that type.
Oh, brother.
So the next match I have a graphic for is one that I was intrigued by, but I also, no offense, kind of figured it would be like my bathroom break match.
Yeah.
So I hope it was good. Bear Bronson and Cyclope.
Oh, that was the main event, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was the main event. Yeah.
Listen, this was brutal as fuck. This was brutal as fuck. This was a death match. It was anything but a piss break.
It's just not a match that interested me enough. And ironically, the next graphic that I'm gonna mention when we get there is the other one that like really did nothing for me.
Fair.
Out of all the matches on this show, there were two matches that just
I'm honestly Cyclope and Bronson being the main event, I was so confused by. But
that was
then the match happened, and the plunder happened, and the blood happened, and I was like, okay, this is. And then it was announced after the Bronson pinned Cyclope after putting him through like a pane of glass, because of course he did. He was going. That was actually a qualifier to get into the Nick Gage Invitational. So Bear Bronson now officially a part of the Nick Gage 10th Invitational. So
if there was less than 40 light tubes shattered, it would shock me because it was at least 40. Like literally, like you know how Ultimate Warrior hypes himself up and starts doing this? Bear was literally hitting himself with like 30 fucking light tubes to hype himself up.
That seems like a normal day in GCW.
More or less. All right, so the other match that really didn't do anything for me, mainly because I have no knowledge of either of these individuals. Ray Jazz and Anthony Green.
This actually was a fucking awesome match.
This might have stole match of the night. Actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So Anthony Green, I know because I've seen him wrestle. He actually, I actually went to college with him at Massachusetts. So I actually know Anthony Green personally. Actually, yeah.
Reach out to him, see if you can get him on an episode of Shenanigans.
Oh yeah,
we'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know where his Facebook went is the only issue, so I may have to figure that out later. But I do know I know him personally, right? He and Ray Jazz had a killer match, and this was a showcase for Ray Jazz. Apparently, a part of the full-blooded Italians. Yes, I didn't stutter. Ray Jazz is a member of the FBI. They are now being run like a MMA camp, but with wrestlers. So I guess it's a school, but also a faction. So Ray Jazz is a part of the FBI.
Okay, then.
They're the first. I'm not gonna lie. First of its
you
kind
can
to
see
do
Little
it.
Guido's influence. Like the style he wrestles is if Little Guido was 6'3" or something. Like
Literally, yeah. Like this, Ray Jazz looked really good. He really impressed the fuck out of me. Like the way he wrestles is unorthodox yet fundamental. It's fundamental orthodox because he is able to turn a basic move but add a twist to it. And it feels like a style I've not seen anybody pull off. So he pulls it off well. You could tell that there's some submission game, hence the Little Guido aspect of it. He impressed the shit out of me. Ray Jazz, somebody to watch out for. Anthony Green, basically, it was a competitive match, but it was like 60-40 to Ray Jazz. Like that was obviously a showcase for Ray Jazz. And he showed out, and he looked fantastic. So, no, I was impressed with the match. I thought it was a really good one.
Aside from looking like an Italian ice, he was fine.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Match that I figured would be the main event, GCW Championship on the line, Effie and Shotzi.
No, surprisingly, which is why I was confused when it wasn't.
It was the co-main event.
Yes.
Huh?
The match that I was supposed to get when I went in LA, but both of them were injured.
Yes.
Injury bug.
Yeah, so they had the match. It was good. It wasn't like the most hardcore thing or anything. It was a very competitive match. Effie retained because I don't think they have any intention on taking the belt off him yet.
James, you can call it a hot take, but it was good. But I don't know. I was so hyped at it that I kind of felt a little disappointed.
Yeah,
like how they did it. It wasn't.
It didn't light the world on fire. Yeah, like it was just like, all right, well, let's get this match over with, move on, type thing.
And can I not see Effie's ass as much as I did that day anymore, please?
Well, that being said, teleporting in from the command center, insert sound effect here. The other half of NOLA, it is our TNA faithful correspondent, Datella.
Yes. Hey, you guys. Welcome back, Noah.
Thank you, Datella. Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you, too.
Thank you. I can't scroll for some reason on the media assets. It's weird. The interface is being dumb, so JJ's got producer role. But anyway,
it's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, you're good, Jatilla. Anyway, they're continuing the GCW recap. I think they're about done with theirs, and then we'll get some thoughts from you.
Well, we still have the Saturday show as well.
Okay, well, go ahead and finish up the Friday show, and then I'm going to let Datilla speak here for a little bit, even though she may not know a single thing that we talked about wrestling-wise for the last
not a clue.
Minutes. Well, you're honest. Go ahead.
So what's next?
The last match from Friday's show was the Kerry Morton match taking on Maki Ito.
Yes. So I have a question before we actually get into the match. Were you the one that put the NWA graphic over Kerry?
No.
Okay, so that was actually put on by GCW then.
Either GCW or Kerry, because there were two versions that were released, one without it and one with it.
Okay, yeah. So,
And
this
when
is
I
going
saw
to
the one
bleed.
with it, I was like, may as well use it because it's true. He is an NWA talent. May as well give a little rub to the NWA.
Yes, so there's a thing going on there. I don't know. I think they're doing a work shoot angle that at this point because that now explains everything. Anyway, Kerry and Maki had their match. It was full of shenanigans, as you would imagine. Especially with Maki Ito involved and Kerry involved. Kerry tried to cheat, even though it's no rules. GCW pushed over a ref who was a female. Ricky Morton came in and admonished his son while on the stage, which allowed Maki Ito, I believe, to pick up the win. Unfortunately, she could not keep her head intact because some of her hair got clipped off by the pizza cutter she introduced in honor of Nick Gage. If you know the history between Maki Ito and Nick Gage, then you know. So yeah, it was a thing. Kerry Morton and Maki Ito had the most sports entertainment match that I've ever seen. And that's all I got to say about that.
Was the referee your favorite, the Scarlett Donovan?
Yes, it was Scarlett, yeah. That got pushed. I was very angry. I didn't like this.
That don't surprise me, but that chick knows how to take a bump. So
yeah, she does. Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough.
James
Well,
temporarily turned into the rage of wrestling when he saw Scarlett get hurt.
not surprised.
Yes, I did.
Well,
I did indeed.
I can only imagine how James feels at the time of Koba's now the NWA World Women's Champion, but that's a whole different conversation. Anyway,
It's about damn time.
Well,
she
yeah,
beat
long
Kelly Page
overdue.
at NWA 77. Yep, she did it.
Finally,
All right.
long overdue.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, well, that being said, we'll pause GCW for a quick sec and get some thoughts here from our TNA correspondent, because I'm sure he's not going to say anything about NXT. Attila, first off, how are you? And what's been lately going on in the TNA world in your mind? Or have you even watched any wrestling at all?
Well, first off, I'm doing good. I'm kicking myself because I missed an opportunity to quote Admiral Benson from the Hot Shots. If you've seen that Hot Shots, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know how you said that? I didn't know what you were talking about. There is this one part where he tells that guy, I don't have a clue, not a fucking clue what you just said. Like, I just thought of it. I was like, oh, he's going to use it.
It's very rare we get a profanity from such a lady like you. So, I mean, there
Oh,
you go.
thank you. Thank you.
All right.
First off, TNA's kind of been on a hiatus. I know they had a fight night yesterday, which, by the way, they're looking for Mr. Elegance, Noah. Should be. Don't you want to be Noah by Elegance?
No.
I think we should, more than JJ by Elegance. I think we need Noah by Elegance.
The last thing I need is anything anywhere near whatever that Pee Wee Herman reject wears. And I'm not just talking about his suit. All right.
You could be the cute Kip of the Elegance brand.
Pass again. Besides,
that made me cringe over here. I don't want anything like that for Noah.
But if it made James cringe, that's saying something, especially for him. All right.
But
Anyway.
anywho, so like they announced they said there's gonna be a surprise entrance at LA Knight. Yeah, it's gonna be facing a surprise entrant in the last time is now tournament. So I'm kind of thinking, like, who is it? Like I'm assuming a lot of people think it's probably like Joe Henry and stuff, but what if it's like not Joe Henry? What if it's Chris Jericho?
Jericho!
God help us.
What? Okay. No, just no. I mean,
Look. If it was going to be anybody from AEW coming over and crossing the line, so to speak, to face LA Knight, yeah. It's got to be Brian Cage. Because if you know, you know.
He's been out injured, though. Again, injury.
I know.
Yeah, he's
I know
injured.
he has.
Well, there is one person that can cross the line. Quite honestly, I wish we could have gotten one more Edge versus Cena match, personally. But
yeah, but again, hindsight's 2020. He's also on his own indefinite hiatus. So again, what's going on with Adam Copeland? Who the heck knows? Movie? You tell me. All right. Well, again, I don't know much about TNA at this point because to this point, I mean, after what was the last show? Bound for Glory? Yeah. What have they been doing? Client Jordan's still the champion. I think she gave a heel promo. She's alienated from NXT. Shocking. TNA. Is she TNA? Not really. So I guess she's defending it at Gold Rush in a triple threat Gold Rush 2-week TV thing. Fuck CW. Okay, that's a thing. All right. Damn. So turning point to this Friday, though, right?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's this Friday.
And they don't even have anything booked. Okay, well, that's brilliant. Well, either way, stay tuned, folks. Cindy Dating will be back this week. I will be doing Cindy Dating officially. Turning point, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday night. Until, of course, you know you are welcome. Charles, don't fall down a manhole. You know you're welcome. Anyone here, of course, is always welcome as the TNA League continues. This is the second to last event for the TNA League this year, so good luck to everybody involved. Anything else regarding TNA, Dattila?
No, not much except for like just the fact that I feel like they should have done something to capitalize on the momentum that they had, you know, especially like, you know, we don't know if they have a new TV deal or anything like that. So hopefully, like going on forward, like we get more stuff from TNA because like this whole hiatus thing, I feel like kind of hindered their momentum a little bit.
I think I heard at Bound for Glory, like half the audience left after the one last table thing. So I think their momentum's been hindered since that moment. So, again, it sounds like attendance, though, has been down across the board, according to what my AEW fan, when I finally engaged with them today, showed me and told me. Besides the fact it's Okada and Julia Hart's birthday, which is also a thing. Happy birthday to my friend Draco, too.
I feel like pretty much at this point, Joe Henry's like done with TNA. I feel like he's probably gonna maybe finish out his contract until like Final Resolution, and he's probably just done.
Or something like that. Oh, by the way, did I see your YouTube channel correctly? Did you actually review Halloween Havoc?
I did.
What the hell? When did you get her start covering NXT?
Not yet. Not yet.
She did one show, guys.
It was the PLE.
Okay, fair enough. I guess PLE is the exception we got for right now. All right.
And you know something? Just quick. I actually really did like Halloween Havoc. I actually really did. I enjoyed it top to bottom. I think it had a really good opener and a good closer. So I really
Aside
enjoyed
from
it.
the Hardy's Dark State match.
Yeah, except for that. No, that kind of.
Did the Hardys win?
No, they
Dark
lost.
State has the belts back.
Hey! Do you remember when I ranted about the main event winning against the Hardys and how that was a fucking mistake? Yeah, I'm really looking more and more like Nostradamus as the days pass, huh?
You know
what
what?
the fuck was the point if you were just going to give the fucking belts back to Dark State?
The point was so that the Hardys defended the titles against the Dudley Boys for their Bound for Glory match. That was the point.
What's the point? If you're not... Hold on, rant time here. I'll do the rant for you, Noah.
No, you should save your rant for somebody to super chat.
If you are going legitimately to fucking put the belts on the fucking Hardys, wouldn't you want them to at least retain here and then give them to a team in TNA or NXT, I don't care which, that actually fucking matters other than Dark State? Because by that token, then the other belts that they lose are going to matter that much more. Who the fuck is going to give a shit now that the Hardys just lost to fucking Dark State, emo goddamn Spirit Squad? Seriously, who the fuck cares? Now the Hardys beat Main Event and other young teams for the other straps for no fucking reason whatsoever, and now they're meaningless. The whole fucking thing is a waste of goddamn time. This Expedition 2.0 is a fucking flop. Like, what was the point? What was the point? Just put them over in the matches. We don't need any more belt collectors any fucking way. Lord knows I'm sick of Mercedes doing it, as much as a great wrestler she is. I don't need to see the freaking Hardys do it. I know you just woke up.
Okay, well, thank you for that, James. Take him off solo, JJ. Freaking emo Spirit Squad. That was fucking.
Hey, that's a nice way to put it. I just call him a Retribution ripoff.
I mean,
I call Dark State Team of House of Torture.
Yes, JJ, I did see your hand. You have something to say.
Yes.
Okay, so
What a side tangent. Wow.
while
Anyway,
while James does have some merit to some of what he said, to Datilla's point that she made a moment ago, the point was for the Hardys to have them against the Dudleys because it was a championship the Dudleys never had held. And
Right.
if it was just for the TNA tag titles, you pretty much kind of knew that the Hardys were going to retain. But now with there being a belt on the line that the Dudleys had never held before, there was that little bit of, but could the Dudleys do it and capture a championship that they've never held before? That was the point. Now, let me counteract what you said here just a little bit. Whether you like Dark State or you don't like Dark State, the Hardys winning the belts kind of killed their momentum.
No shit.
But who else were they going to lose them to?
Yeah, you actually don't have a tag
You know,
division.
that's kind of my point.
Boisterous behavior.
James sits there and talks about, lose them to a new, like, up and coming tag team. Name me a team on my NXT, James, for them to lose them to.
Boisterous behavior, Rascals, anybody.
They're not on my NXT.
Okay.
Name me a tag team on my NXT for them to lose the NXT tag team titles to.
What happened to Hank and Tank?
Yeah, Hank and Tank.
Tank are in Japan right now, wrestling for Pro Wrestling Noah.
And they just won the GHC Tag Team Championships.
Honk, honk.
Okay, so you could still have it on a TNA team is the point. There's a partnership here, right?
Okay,
just put it on a TNA team.
Oh boy. Let JJ speak.
But for a TNA team to lose the NXT titles to another TNA team makes no sense.
At least it would make it way easier for them to transition it back to Dark State.
No.
I'd rather that than what they did.
No. It has to go back and forth between a TNA team and an NXT team. That's how it makes sense in the partnership. The only reason that another NXT person has the Knockouts title is because Ash had to surrender it. Kaylani didn't beat JC to become champion. Ash beat JC, and then Ash had to surrender the title. Every championship has gone from an NXT person to a TNA person and back. Trick didn't lose the TNA championship to Ricky Saints. He lost it back to Mike Santana after beating Joe Hendry.
I'm just going to say this real quick, though. Your NXT is still fucked up in an immortal TNA X Division Championship match, and I will not forgive your NXT for that. And there is no rhyme or reason you can give me why your Retribution bullshit faction did that.
Hold on. I'm with you on that, Noah. You're not going to get an argument from me.
Good.
The only two teams that I could have seen the Hardys losing the belts to. Number one is the newly branded Chase U.
No.
Okay.
But then the face team losing to a face team. That doesn't make sense unless it's some kind of multi-man match.
I'd rather it been
The other team would be the Culling. That maybe would have made some sense. Sean Spears, and I forget who the other jabroni is.
Who cares? But I do agree actually about that.
Well, still, the point is, you could have done the four-way.
James, you keep interrupting me, bro. This is why you being Avatar Man sucks balls, because you can't see me trying to talk.
Oh, my bad.
About to say, James, hold your tongue.
Okay.
The only other team that could have made any sense, and honestly, I think it would have been the best option, despite everyone knowing my admiration for Chase University. And I am waiting for the two new guys to get their own Chase U action figures so I can add them to my trifecta of Andre Chase, Thea Hale, and Duke Hudson.
Still uncredited.
Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Then the Hardys would have been losing them to an NXT talent and a TNA talent who have become a tag team.
Yes.
That would have been interesting. That would have been intriguing. Because then when they have their eventual breakup, that makes for an even better rivalry. But Dark State needed to get that comeback. Again, whether you like them or you don't like them, they needed to do something to regain that momentum that got halted by the Hardys winning them. But it was all a business and marketing ploy. And at the end of the day, it's the wrestling business. Tatilla has been trying to speak for almost as long as I've been talking, subtly raising her hand, trying to get in there. So go ahead, Tatilla.
I was actually going to mention Leon Slater and Javon Evans, but actually, them taking the titles off Darkseid kind of makes sense because Darkseid attacked them at the end of their Bound for Glory match, and then Leon Slater did tell Javon Evans that they should go after the tag titles, but first there was some exhibition business that he had to handle. That kind of does make sense to why Darkseid would regain the titles off the Hardys if that's the direction that they're going in.
And this is someone that doesn't work Tuesdays. And she picked up on this.
But
I would stand up to Tatilla, but I don't think the world wants to see my belly in the camera.
To be fair, no.
No, I mean, I picked up on that.
The three of us, though, have come up with better options than putting the fucking belts back on Dark State for the Hardys to just lose it back to Dark State. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta put it on a heel team.
Not necessarily.
That's what would make the most sense.
If you're going to eventually give them the back to Dark State anyway, why not just have Leon Slater and Javon Evans win it? And then have them drop it to Dark State?
Because you want the crowd behind Leon Slater and Javon Evans. If you put them against the Hardys are going to get cheered.
Well,
babyface versus babyface, James.
I understand that. But at the end of the day, you have involved multiple fucking promotions in this now. Not just TNA and NXT, multiple. One of which being House of Glory. You're not putting them into consideration when you do something like that. So the best way to make sure that this didn't look stupid for any other team to beat the Hardys is to have them lose in a multi-man match. Honestly, if Dark State would have won the titles in a fucking multi-man, I would not even complain. Because then at least that makes sense.
James,
right?
They're going to lose the belts back to main event at whatever the next show is that the Hardys are booked on.
I just feel like it makes it less important. That's all. That's my point.
The same thing as when Bully defeated Zilla, and then Zilla came and just annihilated Bully at the next show.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
this is the same thing.
It's a typical trope.
The Hardys beat the main event so that they could take the titles, get them showcased, and then the main event is going to get their comeback, their return, maybe go heel in the process, because let's be real, the main event, as good as they are, is getting a little bit stale. Maybe this is what they need to give them a little bit more edge to themselves, so they'll be taken a little bit more seriously.
At the end of the day, James, it's not about the value of the championship solely underneath one company banner. It's about what the talent do in the story, and hopefully it pushes them forward in the wrestling business versus just a singular company. Even if I fucking hate Dark State, and I understand where JJ is coming from. At the end of the day, we are fans, not suits, but you gotta be mindful if you're gonna be more than the idiocracy of the internet wrestling community when it comes to this is a business, not a story that you can write and have the ending that you freaking want or make logic. Because in professional wrestling, logic doesn't fucking exist, nor does it make checks and asses.
To be fair on that, the comparison is a bit rough around the edges, because Zilla is a legitimate badass who will kick your ass if you cross him, which is exactly what Bully did. So the way they booked it made sense. I don't think Dark State is as credible as fucking one Zilla Fatu, never mind 10 Zilla Fatus.
James, Dark State.
But you're comparing Dark State, which is an NXT team, to a HOG team.
Exactly. You have to look at the different levels of the business. At the end of the day, Dark State's still more recognized than Main Event at this point because they're underneath WWE, which is being on every fucking thing.
Exactly.
Anyway, Ash, what's your thoughts on this whole outlook when it comes to the business practices of tag team professional wrestling presentations, particularly the Hardys, Main State, and Dark State for this conversation, TNA, NXT, HOG?
Pretty much what Datilla said. That's basically what the point was. You get the fucking titles on this stupid ass Timo House of Torture, so that way Javon Evans and Leon Slater can get it off them to avenge their fallen heroes, the Hardys.
Timu House of Torture is fucking crazy. I thought Emo Spirit Squad was a.
You know what's sad? I can actually tolerate Dark State more than House of Torture. That's fucking sad, and that's a low bar in the darkest pit of the recesses of my mind when it comes to the BS professional wrestling shit business. But that being said, what a subtopic. Okay. Well, that being said,
that's the only thing we haven't had in this partnership yet. We've had a TNA star win the NXT championship. We've had an NXT person win a TNA championship. We haven't had a pairing win a tag title.
Well, but guess what? When pigs fly, that probably will be after this moment happens. We'll see if this moment happens even at Gold Rush. I'm not holding my breath, but the last time that I didn't say what was going to happen, that bitch finally became a freaking champion. A very underwhelming match in an SMNE highlight that wasted 5 minutes of my life. But
I think it's going to happen at the deadline.
I'm giving you that deadline to make that a reality. Okay. Well, thank you, Datilla, for spearheading the TNA Talk conversation and getting a free rant out of James, but also bringing a very business outlook to, again, folks, when it comes to the wrestling business, the outlook of a talent comes down to what you present them on and what you present them through. The more they're presented through, the more likely they'll be discovered. The less they're presented through, the less likely they will be branched out. And who knows, some talent might be comfortable in that. There are those talents that are dedicated to one company. At the end of the day, though, you're a human being trying to make a job, trying to make money, and some people actually try and make a family. Okay. Well, moving on from there, I'm going to go ahead and change things to a different topic with Ash now to spearhead a little wrestling conversation. Ash, again, my New Japan friend, Jokashi boss. Of course, we have the World Tag League coming up. We also know that New Japan Pro Wrestling represents Wrestle Kingdom 20, and apparently it's the fastest selling Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, currently with 31,000 tickets sold. And currently, these three matches now are announced. Those 2 matches, by the way, folks, on the left, they're title for title. So, Ash, what's your outlook so far towards Wrestle Kingdom 20 and the fact that Tanahashi's facing Okada one last time?
It makes sense for Tanahashi and Okada to have be the final match for Tanahashi, because when you look at New Japan, who are the first 2 names that pop in your head? Is Okada and Tanahashi, who've been forever rivals to the akin of Orton and John Cena. That's how their rivalry is. It's like they are Tanahashi and Okada are like the John Cena and Randy Orton of New Japan Pro Wrestling, where these two are forever feuds, like forever rivals, destined to like intertwine, and have them cap off this one last match. It's perfect. Yeah, there's people who are upset that unfortunately they weren't able to get Nakamura because well, you know, the whatever it may be, we don't know the politics behind it, but let's just put it this way: we just know that something fell through, so they went with Okada and Tanahashi. And either way, that match makes sense. That's gonna hopefully be a good way to close up Wrestle Kingdom and cap off the career Tanahashi has. Like Yota Tsuji versus Takeshita, I'm looking forward to that match because I had a feeling that was supposed to be the G1 finals, but you know, stuff happened. But now it's going to be like a winner take all match, which adds really high stakes because, oh boy, it's going to be quite the thing if Takeshita walks out as both with both titles, because New Japan fans aren't going to be happy about that. Like, or certain subsection of New Japan fans won't be happy about that. Let me put it that way. Because a lot of people still see Takeshita as an outsider because he's not there enough. And for him to be like having, like, if he ends up with both titles, oh boy, that's not going to be a good look for New Japan and for like the subsection of New Japan fans, more specifically the locals who attend the shows there. So they really kind of painted themselves in the corner there. So it's just like, yeah. So that's going to be see how they work themselves out of there.
How's that for a business outlook, JJ and Tatsila? You got somebody that works for DDT, New Japan, AEW, not signed with New Japan, holding New Japan's richest prize, now could potentially hold two of their richest prizes, main eventing their biggest show of the year that starts their calendar year on the bank holiday for Japan. And he's literally part of the Don Callis family storyline right now with Kazuchika Okada. And both men are going to be in the Tokyo Dome at the same time. So that being said, while you all are not New Japan like founded like me and Ash, does anyone have anything to say towards Wrestle Kingdom or New Japan, especially with AEW talent involved, particularly Okada and Konosuke Takeshita? And I got JJ thinking, so I know he's already thinking. James, again, you and I, we go way back when it comes to talk about New Japan. We started the whole indie predictions thing with, of course, our friend Cindy. So what's your outlook towards New Japan Pro Wrestling? You've been talking a lot about their attendance, their market. You keep up with all that nonsense, but it's been a long time since we've seen that number in the Tokyo Dome so far already, and they just announced Okada and Tanahashi for the card today. That number is going to skyrocket probably.
100%. Well, therein lies what I was talking about before, right? Like, people are into Takeshita, and you know he's slowly winning the New Japan fans over there. So why not stick with them? Because he can't do any worse than Sabre Jr. I love Sabre Jr., but
don't talk about Sabre Jr. while Ash is here.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. I love Sabre Jr. I'm one of his advocates. No pun intended, because we know advocate. But like, you gotta run with him while you can, and you know, as long as you do these dual contract things, I'd say why not go with it. You know, I don't see it harming New Japan at all. In fact, it's actually gained interest for New Japan that they put the belt on him, and now they just announced a match that's probably going to sell that thing out any damn way, because it's going to be one final time between Tanahashi and Okada. So, I mean, they're making the right moves, you know.
All right, Ash. Or excuse me, JJ, I saw you like thinking there for a little bit. Again, thinking about wrestling business. And New Japan, a whole different business. Again, not an acquisition, but they are working partner with AEW. We don't have Wrestle Dynasty. It will be just Wrestle Kingdom 20 and New Year Dash. New Japan is just doing their own thing. But again, AEW talent that teleworks in New Japan has their prestigious championship. Now their secondary championships on the line and title for title. And we have Okada. By the way, he came into New Japan with his Rainmaker theme, not the Curiosity Beach gimmick or anything like that. So what's your outlook when it comes to Okada Takeshita's New Japan booking versus what's going on with them right now in the AEW, where we're getting closer and closer and closer to, I feel like, Konosuke being kicked out of the family, personally, based on what I've been seeing.
I'm probably the worst person to ask about this
Well, it don't
because
matter.
I have very little knowledge on the situation.
Mhm.
I will say that it's fun to sit back and watch Ash speak about this as passionately as she did.
There's a reason why I make this the open mic night roundtable. GCW, TNA, NJPW, everything. But go ahead and continue.
But I just feel like they're going to use this as a way to push the Takeshita Okada story. And I would rather them not do that at the show. That's my only fear.
I really feel like Ash, and of course, stay tuned, folks, because you know that Ash and I are going to somehow preview the fuck out of this show, and I am definitely fucking covering it because I'm bloody insane live.
You're right. I've asked. Can I mention? Oh wait, actually no. I'll wait until we're after the show to talk about this because that's off-air stuff. So I'll dial back on that.
You know, I'm just messing with you, but hey, you already know.
No.
what
It's like it's no. It's not that. It's just like there's something else that kind of like triggered my memory about it. But it's like I'll talk about it. But yes, we will preview the show.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, it's official, folks. But it's one of those things where I almost feel like, based on just Konosuke's pride in proving he's the strongest one to unify the wrestling world, and Kazuchika Okada and Tanahashi's history going all the way back to 2012, and the fact he showed up in all black, Gedo, of course, who echoed the same words that Okada basically took to the ace when he first confronted him back at Wrestle Kingdom of 6. This truly feels like a match that's going to be held down on respect. I don't think AEW storylines or character dynamics is going to come into play in this. I really don't. When I look at Okada and Tanahashi and what New Japan represents, I think it just comes down to let's run it back one last freaking time. Besides, the record with them, pretty much neither man right now is the front runner when it comes to one-on-one against each other. The last time they one-on-one against each other, it was one of Okada's last matches in New Japan last year in Osaka.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if there's gonna be any Konosuke and Okada storyline build up, it's going to be after or before that. I don't think it's gonna happen during the match.
Personally, Ash, I think it's going to happen during the Continental Classic if both men are in separate blocks. But anyway, what's your thoughts towards all this?
For like for the Okada Tanahashi or just in general?
In general.
Yeah, because that's a lot of people are like thinking like that's what the New Japan fans are concerned that they're going to try to use this instead of this being a celebration of Tanahashi. It's just going to be a vehicle to further an AEW storyline. But who knows? Because the AEW, the Takeshita Okada feud could culminate at World's End, so that way their feud is ended. So that way Takeshita can focus on Tsuji and Okada can focus on Tanahashi, and where they go from after Wrestle Kingdom will be determined probably at maybe at the New Year's Dash show or whatever the next New Japan show is afterwards. Because I don't see AEW and New Japan storylines intertwining, especially seeing like how there was like Wrestle Dynasty happening, or because there's no Wrestle Dynasty, which is kind of funny because people are like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. But gotta keep in mind, you know who was champion when Wrestle Dynasty was announced last year? Yeah, it was fucking Jon Moxley.
Accurate.
So you can't fucking blame that shit on Zack Sabre Jr. So go toss off.
Toss off. Okay.
Also, I want to know what metrics do you use to determine like how Zach's the lowest.
I'm only going by metrics of him being the champion like the last 2 times. I'm not going by like him and my personal feelings towards him because I like Sabre. It's just he wasn't like the biggest draw there. That's all I'm saying.
What metrics are you using though? Like, what are your sources? I just want to know if they're like
basically attendance is what I'm using as a source. Yeah.
Oh, good grief!
Attendance and numbers, basically.
It's like WrestleTix, basically. Let's be honest here. Wrestling attendance is down across.
Totally rely on WrestleTix.
Yeah,
I'm not just relying on WrestleTix. I'm going by like my eyesight. To be fair, also, I'm just saying like there's a lot more people that are going to be at the Tokyo Dome show than there has been in the last 2 years. And yes, not all of it. And by the way, you are also correct. Not all of it was on Sabre Jr., and I feel like people are very much like, oh, yeah, one size fits all. It's Sabre Jr. You know, it's...
I mean,
it's
2 years ago...
In all fairness, when Zack Sabre Jr. was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion the first time, who else on the roster did they have for that title that they haven't put the belt on yet?
That's a good point.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah,
2 years ago, Sonata was the champion.
Yeah, exactly. Around that time, like New Japan's hands were like forced because they painted themselves in the corner, and you're like, okay, we got to figure out how a way to work this out, and then here,
look at who they lost.
Sorry, what was that? No.
You look at who they lost. They lost Okada. They lost Ospreay. They lost Jay White.
Right? They lost all their like big key main eventers that they were forced to make new ones, which they're still in the process of doing.
Exactly. Last year's Wrestle Kingdom, or 2 years ago, what the freaking new generation Wrestle Kingdom.
To be totally fair, also New Japan booked themselves into a corner with the Sonata debacle because the Sonata never should have been removed from the fucking Cold Skull gimmick. But that's a rant for another.
Sonata don't even know if he's human right now. He's not.
Dude,
he's human or
it
robot.
Frustrates me how they dropped the fucking ball with Sonata. The Cold Skull gimmick was the coolest shit ever, and then they just was like, nah, let's do something else.
Yes,
like you had it. You had the gimmick. Why would you change it when he's fucking over? When he fought Okada as the Cold Skull, he was never as over as he was at that point. And then you changed his gimmick. Why? That is on New Japan Creative, by the way. That is 1,000% on them.
Well, I mean, again, Creative has always been inconsistent because we all know who's in charge of that primarily. So, anyway, all right. Well, that concludes the New Japan talk. Bottom line, I can't wait for Wrestle Kingdom, but 2026.
Did you see what happened at the Junior Tag League?
Oh God, I'm scared.
I did.
What happened?
So the Junior Tag Champions held by Doki. And I think Show are one of the members of the House of Torture.
Of course they are.
Undefeated in the tournament.
Of course they are. I'm sure you're happy about that.
I woke up in the morning and like, oh no way, hold on. So not only did the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champions in Doki and Show won the tournament, but they were undefeated.
Yep.
I'm like, no.
They went undefeated. Okay.
Yeah, they went undefeated. And like, what the hell is going on with this company right now?
This group, I'm sorry, Ash, needs to die in a fucking blaze of glory. They need to die in a fire. Oh, God, that's awful sounding. Of all the teams you could have picked.
Right? I'm just like, what the hell's going to happen with the junior tag league? The junior tag teams are out. I'm hoping that
was like the one good thing that they had was the fucking junior heavyweight division, and now they ruined it with this House of Torture.
It can be salvaged. I'm hoping that at Wrestle Kingdom we get Ichiban Sweet Boys versus House of Torture, because that'd be
well. Right now, Ash, you gotta prepare for the World Tag League, and between the War Dogs and the unaffiliated being all buddy, it's who is who for the field. So
usually
see what happens.
Weird ass tag teams.
Wow, first time tag teams,
right?
So that's of course coming up. All right. And I'm sure that Ash will keep you all posted. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to Bad for Wrestling. And that concludes the NWW talk portion. All right. So go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but when it comes to Tag League, I am the worst person to be on coverage for. So if you want to be on the lookout for World Tag League, you can check out my friend Josh and his friend Dave on their on their podcast on Spotify and Apple. They're called We Work Stiff.
Well, I'll tell you what the definition of not stiff: House of Torture. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Is this where we set the Power Rangers talk? Because this is a round table.
Hey, it's open mic night.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No, it's not. It's Saturday Shenanigans.
Well, you started the talk about the ninja nonsense at one point.
No, no,
that
y'all-
was me. That was me.
Y'all were in the middle of a Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon conversation.
That was me.
Yu-Gi-Oh without me?
Yeah, that was me. I'll take it.
Oh, God, fuck me.
What did you guys talk? Oh, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I really
Go
like
back
them.
and watch it later.
Just
after
go
this.
back and watch it. We're not going back on that tangent now.
No, I'm just fill her in. So
Digimon, I don't really care for.
Yeah, no, so this is what they were talking about. So they were covering reviewing the GCW show, and they mentioned like how when they did a watch along, it just kind of dissolved into a Yu-Gi-Oh conversation.
This is what happens when James works 24-hour days, 3 days in a row, doing a documentary. I was fucking exhausted.
And this is what happens when I return from a 3-week hiatus, 1 week being sick, and all of a sudden someone gets me on a rant on Yu-Gi-Oh, and it turns into a whole impromptu conversation. When I try to turn the Saturday Shenanigans into a simple direction inclusive of all things wrestling in this nice, unique roundtable where we talked about literally everything except anything else WWE, because who the hell cares about anything else WWE at this point? I think that about covers everything we wanted to talk about outside of covering today's GCW show, which again, GCW. Some of it just fits all in the same particular pizza cutter by Nick Cage carved on someone's head. So if you want to learn more about GCW, watch James Ryan and JJ talk about it.
Hey, listen, that's incorrect. That is incorrect. There is some great fucking wrestling on GCW shows. Okay, I don't want to hear that.
I mean the other stuff, James. I know that. Shoot, every company's got great wrestling, but when you see GCW, most people are like, "Oh, it's a place for a pizza cutter." Got it.
Yeah, but
Pizza
it's
cutter
also a place where great wrestling happens. And
also great wrestling.
You just said we're a roundtable. We talk about anything. So.
About to say exactly, but. Bloody hell, I don't know how much longer this round table is going to be spinning round and round before I take it off the freaking axle and destroy it.
You
spin right round like a record baby.
No, non-copyright. Non-copyright. I'd rather spin on my chair
to
continue this conversation.
Jesus Christ. JJ, you were saying?
He did a freaking Spin Doctors reference, James.
That's what that was. Okay, yeah, okay. That's what you replied to.
Me and Dattila just made the same joke at the same time, James. Pay attention.
Okay. My phone.
That's why I said jinx afterwards.
He's delirious at this point.
JJ or soda.
I'm very delirious. Thank you. Hey, that's a great wrestler.
Vegas.
I was about to say, the friggin' wrestler, James is going to start talking like Delirious here in a moment if we're not careful.
Delirious is a hell of a wrestler and a great wrestling booker.
What was that, Tata?
Is he still producing for TNA Delirious?
Oh, shit. Yeah, he is.
I think he is, actually.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, before it... God! What's
Superchat!
I knew he was going to make this go longer. Okay, Emmanuel Dominguez.
And half of Los Dominguez.
Yeah.
But Chelsea winning the U.S. title. Look, I'm just going to say this. Again, I'm not 100%, but this is getting close to my boiling point. How much more do you fuck up the former World of Stardom champion?
Yep.
I'm glad that Chelsea Green has the U.S. title again. Are you going to actually make it matter? Are you going to make it great again? Yes, I just went political. Fuck all of you. Because at this point, I'm really sick and fucking tired of titles meaning jack shit and shouldn't exist. Paul Heyman said, and I quote, "Why have more titles if you can't make the other ones you have fucking matter?" What division is there in WWE for Chelsea Green, not named Meacham, to defend that title against? Fuck me.
Yep. Noah's right on the money with this.
Now, does anyone else want to add anything to this? JJ's been mostly quiet. Let's go to JJ next. And then Dattila.
I'm glad it's around the waist of a woman who never lost it in the first fucking place.
She never should have lost it in the fucking first place.
Look, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of shenanigans Chelsea and Ethan have in store for us. because they're literally the AAA Mixed Tag Champions, the North American Champion, and the United States Champion.
And the
Like,
soon to be
seriously?
Latin American champion.
This is very true.
I missed part of what she said because I was still talking. What did you say?
I said, and the soon to be Latin American champion.
We'll see about that. But what I know are the belts that they have right now. And I am looking forward to seeing what kind of havoc they're going to cause, because one would have to assume, and I know that's a broad statement right there when it comes to professional wrestling, one would have to assume that now that Chelsea once again has the SmackDown mid-card women's title, her and Ethan are both going to be featured on SmackDown pretty prominently. That means their act is going to be on NXT for Ethan to defend his title, on SmackDown for Chelsea to defend her title, and on any AAA shows.
That's a lot more TV time than Chelsea was getting.
And Chelsea fucking deserves it.
Fucking men to that.
Now, as far as Julia being done, I think that Julia as US champion was just a means to an end. Look, they put the title on Zelina the same night Aleister Black came back to the company. Coincidence? I think not.
Bullshit.
Then they had to get the belt off of Zelina because they realized that she had less drawing power than a pile of shit in the fucking fields. At least flies are drawn to piles of shit. Zelina was drawing nothing. So they gave it to Julia. Julia did the best she could with what she had. But I think they realized very early on that Stephanie Vaquer was a better draw than Julia.
No shits.
That's why Stephanie defeated her for the NXT Women's Championship while still being North American champion. And Stephanie has gone on to become huge. Even being at a New York Rangers game tonight, getting a La Primera jersey to help promote the Madison Square Garden show that'll be there in a couple of weeks. Stephanie Vaquer is the draw. Julia is the sidekick.
Which
I hate to say it that way. James, let me finish, please.
I was just agreeing with you.
I can't get loud because I don't want to disturb the people that are asleep in my house.
Exactly.
It sucks that it is that way, but it is what it is. Stephanie Vaquer is where the money is. Julia is the interest that compounds on top of the money that you have in the bank. Give Julia her time. Part of the issue with Julia is giving her Kiana James. Love me some Kiana James. But there's nothing for them to do. They're not getting women's tag matches. Kiana barely does anything. They need to rework their presentation of her. And I think this is going to be the opportunity for them to do that. I see Ash with her hand up. Go ahead, Ash.
I just wanted to ask, do you think it's possible that they may have called Julia to the main roster way too early?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally took the words out of my freaking mouth. And
I think that's
and it's
shenanigans.
not because she needed the seasoning in NXT. I had an issue with Stephanie winning the title from Julia because I knew that Stephanie wasn't going to be in NXT long. And then they moved Julia and Roxanne up as a pairing. And I liked that. I thought that had some potential. But they quickly splintered them and they went their separate ways.
Yep.
Roxanne has thrived since that breakup. Julia has floundered. The difference? Julia's actually had a championship since that breakup. Roxanne ain't had shit. And Roxanne is still doing infinitely better than Julia. And that's crazy to think about.
You gotta remember, JJ, she's with the Evanescence group of Monday Night Raw that's been the freaking story of emo reality since I don't fucking know when.
Wasn't Roxanne Perez one half of the women's tag team champions with Raquel Reyes?
Those titles don't mean jack shit.
And that was only a fill-in, wasn't it? Because Liv got injured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Roxanne didn't win those titles.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of free-birded. So that's why I don't count it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, bottom line, Emmanuel, Julia's not done, but the only thing that has any sort of profit, apparently, was whatever Kiana did to get herself back on screen that had to involve her chest. Go figure. That being said,
and Charles is 100% here. Stephanie can talk on the mic on her own.
And we all know, in this business, you have to be able to do it in the ring and fucking speak. If you can't do both, you're not going to make it.
And Stephanie is still working on her English.
Yeah.
She's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
She's gotten a lot better. That interview she did with Chris Van Vliet is perfect example.
Yep.
But she still struggles when she gets out there in the ring.
Yep.
And has to cut a promo. So it's not like she's infinitely better than Julia in that aspect, because both of them can speak on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephanie has just gotten more comfortable, and I think the fans have accepted her better. And I'm not sure why that is. The only thing I can think of, much to your chagrin, don't give me the freaking crooked ass look you're going to give me,
Nope, gonna do it.
is the sex appeal.
Yep, that's what I
That's the only reason I can think of that Stephanie has gotten over better than Julia. Primarily because of the devil's kiss. And her booty being all up in the air, driving their opponent's face into the mat.
It's an aspect. That's the thing. Like
emphasis on the ass.
Yes.
So it is, I mean, hell, even Miles Bourne has said, thank God I'm deaf and not blind.
That's fucking funny.
I'm saying, when the guy can make a joke at his own disability, you've got to applaud him.
Yeah, man.
And I'm just saying, he's not wrong, because I would hate to have a girl like Stephanie Vaquer as my woman and not be able to see her.
Yeah, true. May I ask you a follow-up question, JJ? And this kind of occurred to me when you were on the thing with the speaking ability with Julia, and I 100% agree with you on that. Do you think that if she had a manager, things could turn around for her?
Kiana James is supposed to be her manager.
Oh.
Kiana James is supposed to be her mouthpiece. But when you barely give them television time,
it don't matter. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Fair enough.
Now, if you mean somebody in a more traditional sense of the term, I absolutely think a manager could help.
Yeah.
When we first saw her on NXT, she had Sho Funaki with her.
Yeah.
And Funaki did a little bit of talking for her, and she silenced him and said, I got this. And then we never saw Funaki again.
Yep.
That was a mistake.
Yes, it was. Jesus.
Because Funaki is somebody that everybody loves because of his days with Kai and Tai, the whole Indeed shit.
Damn it.
But Funaki is somebody everybody loves. He's a legend coming back to give back to a young talent. And he can actually speak decent English.
Very good
He
English.
should have been allowed to stay with her.
Yeah.
Indeed. SmackDown's #1. Okay, until I did see your hand. Thank you for that, JJ, and thank you for the follow, James. Until you had something you want to say real quick?
Yeah, actually, I agree with JJ. Chelsea Green should have never lost that U.S. title in the first place. She should have never, because because Selena Vega, is that Jigglypuff?
Oh my god,
put us to sleep. Her lullaby.
Sorry, I totally made her squirrel.
She did make her. You did make her squirrel. That's not a lie.
Like, I looked down randomly and I saw it sitting in my record crate, like right underneath the table here. So I was like, "Oh well, we were having a Pokemon conversation earlier, so let me bring Jigglypuff."
Jigglypuff. Do you have Wigglytuff?
No.
No, we're not going down that. We're not going down that road. Continue the
Fuck
conversation. here
Wigglytuff.
with
It's all about Jigglypuff.
It's always
about
Jigglypuff is a spirit
Do
animal.
you have the
of mine.
marker? The marker that goes to Jigglypuff?
Look. Jigglypuff is a spirit animal of mine. It tries to entertain, puts people to sleep, then throws a temper tantrum. That is totally me.
Oh,
So you slap people? You
And I'm part Psyduck too, getting headaches and all the bullshit. I think
could do it.
Psyduck is more Noah right now.
by spaces.
Do you guys want to hear my Jigglypuff impression and make you
No,
cringe?
James. But continue with your actual wrestling point, Tatella. Go ahead.
Oh, I agree.
Poor Noah.
I should have stayed on hiatus.
Noah, admit it. You missed us.
I don't know if I missed this.
Yes, you did.
Tatella,
Continue, Tatella.
I was going to say, I do agree with JJ. Chelsea Green should have never lost that U.S. title. Selena Vega's title reign was abysmal. I don't even remember it. And Julia's didn't help either. Her booking was terrible. And it's funny that you compare her to Stephanie McGuire, because I like to think of them as the female Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. Look at Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. They're both drafted in the same time. They're booking night and day, just like Stephanie McGuire and Julia. Both drafted, booking night and day. You know, Stephanie McGuire was booked a lot better than Julia. And I agree with JJ too. I said Chelsea Green won this title so that she can have the U.S. title, just like Ethan has a North American title. But you know, you guys bring up a good point that Julia can't talk on her own. But I mean, that's not an issue for Asuka, and it's not an issue for Asuka.
Took years. Took a while.
You know?
Now it's not an issue for
Now.
Asuka. Now,
Yeah, now.
It was an issue for her for a long time.
And again, time, we got to consider what you just talked about also. Time, we're just a little over a year and a half of all these people's careers you're talking about. Roxanne, Braun, Carmelo, Julia, Stephanie. You got to consider that. When you really think about all these people when they flourished in their careers, yes, some came up literally last year during the draft, which is hard to believe, and the other ones came up this year during the draft, and it's 9 a day, but they're still on the genesis of, let's call it what it is. You truly don't have a WWE career until you're literally thriving or catering on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah. But I knew that pairing with Kiana James was doomed when Kiana James lost her return match. When she lost that return match, I knew that pairing was doomed.
Kiana James was doomed when she left NXT. All right.
Kiana James was doomed when she got surgical implants.
Yeah, you would think that would have worked like Nikki Bella. All right.
Or
Let's go
Tiffany
ahead and move
Stratton.
on. Yeah, but again.
Hey, to be fair, I ain't mad at the Tiffany Stratton ones. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, James. We can sit here. We can be red-blooded men.
There is, ladies.
Kiana James has not done shit.
No,
since
she
went out
hasn't.
and
You're
got
right.
her tits done.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go
Me
ahead.
and Ash enter the homework emoji, disappearing into the grass.
I don't think Ash needs to have homework on this.
That's great.
No, not homework. Homer. The Homer Simpson gif where he backs into the bushes and disappears.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
That's what
really
she's
funny.
talking about.
What am I supposed to get homework on? What?
No, Ash. Let's move on.
And Ash has sat here and admitted when a woman is gorgeous. Okay, so
He is very much like us. Yeah.
that's why I think me and James feel comfortable making those comments around Ash.
I'm dealing with 4 buffoons way over overtime.
Hey.
Thanks to Arlene. Oh my fucking!
Do you have Hunter and Ghastly?
No, there's only Gengar in Squishmallow form.
Noah.
I'm sorry.
No,
you're
you're fine, Ash. You're fine, Ash.
You're fine. It's all good.
Noah, did
You
you
know what?
notice? Did you notice what Arlene put in the chat there?
What? Oh,
She's got a $5 super chat. Also, hold on. Can I comment on the Chelsea Green situation?
Please do.
Please.
Yes, I think you're the only one that hasn't talked about it.
Exactly. I was trying to go there, and then she put up a fucking thing.
It's called a Gengar, okay? It's a ghost Pokemon.
What number was he again?
Put some respect on his name.
I agree with.
What number was Gengar?
Gengar, baby.
You could do your homework assignment on the Poke in the Dex or whatever the fuck they call that shit next week.
The Pokédex?
That shit, yeah.
That was Spider-Man Yahtzee. Oh, nice! Hey, that's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's my favorite Pokemon, Spooderman.
Oh wait, I think I have Pikachu. I have
Pikachu slippers.
Ash, Chelsea Green, Julia, comments, please.
Okay, so it's I think Julia got called up way too soon, but at the same point, it's just like they were damned if they do, damned if they don't, because if they kept her on NXT, they wouldn't have anything for her to do because she's pretty much done everything. But at the same time, what else were they going to do besides call her up to the main roster, even though they had nothing for Julia? So it's just like, do they have her stay in NXT and wait? Or do we just call her up because even though they have nothing for her, she's main roster ready?
I think it's a lot of the same thing with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace definitely didn't have to go to NXT. She's been on TV enough. She's TV ready. She had done enough NXT shows as part of the crossover that when she officially made the jump, she could have gone straight to the main roster.
Yes.
I still, to my core, believe they were going to put her with Naomi because of their past TNA knockout history with the whole Attack of Jade thing. I still think that Jordan was going to be part of that. And then Naomi got pregnant.
Yep.
And they had to take Naomi off TV. And that's the only reason Jordan is still doomed to NXT purgatory.
That's
because they have nothing for her to do on the main roster.
That's a fair outlook.
Aside from Jordan versus Bianca, Jordan versus Jade. 2 matches everybody would like to see. Jordan versus Rhea, but that's a different brand. Brand split, LOL, I know. 3 matches. Other than that, what do you do with it?
Right. Also, on
so
the Chelsea,
you hold off until Naomi's back, and then you bring her up, and then you get going. No, nobody wants to see Jordan and Charlotte. I'm sorry, Charles.
I do, as long as it's not for a title.
The only way I would want to see Jordan and Charlotte is if it was Jordan and Naomi versus Alexa and Charlotte. But Naomi's not in the equation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're screwed.
To be fair, I would like to see the match so long as there is not a championship on the line for Charlotte to win. Then I'd be interested.
Well, that's why I would like to see Jordan and Naomi versus Alexa and Charlotte, because they could have taken the belts off of them.
That's fair, too.
These belts shouldn't exist. All right. Well, thank you for that added point.
you know what I would like to also, you know what I'd like to see happen?
What?
You know, Chelsea has the US title, right? She should give that title a makeover, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I definitely think that's coming.
Ash, stop trying to make everything Canadian. What is wrong with you?
I like
it. Ash just wants to be the new Lance Storm.
Oh, bloody hell. I understand that.
Which is the complete opposite of me, because instead of saying let's get serious, no, let's get more goofy, shall we? We embrace the goofiness.
I like the goof.
Speaking of the goofiness, can we get to the next super chat there, Noah?
Yes, as we finally get to the end of what I was going to say, and oh God, I freaking stop it! It's a book. Oh my gosh, I gotta end this.
We
end this.
eating Jenkins Jigglypuff.
From anime to TMZ, what are your thoughts about the possible breakup and cheating allegations between Ludwig and Tiffany? That is none of my business, and Chuck really is dead, so they can't fix this on Love Connection or on Baggage. I have nothing. JJ.
If they're broken up, and I only say if because we don't know really what's going on in anybody's personal life. You can only go off reports and believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Damn right.
Tonight on Love Island, Ludwig cheats on Tiffany.
God damn it, James.
Fucking idiots.
So like I was saying, if it's true, it sucks.
Yeah.
As far as the cheating, who cheated on who is what I want to know. Not that it's my business. Not that it's my business. But anybody that would cheat on a woman who looks like Tiffany Stratton needs to have their head examined.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my point.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Granted, Ludwig's a decent looking dude. And no, I'm not into guys. But Ludwig's a decent looking dude. Yeah. So I can understand women throwing themselves at him. But at the same time, you're going home to someone who looks like Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, like
there's no reason for you to be cheating on her.
Yeah.
There is not a woman in professional wrestling that I can think of that is worth cheating on. Across the board. If you are lucky enough to be with a woman in professional wrestling, why are you going to cheat on that? That's where I'm going to leave it, because again, like Safet says, it ain't my business.
Or mine.
But why are you going to cheat on a woman in wrestling?
Yeah.
And that even goes for the bigger girls like a Nia Jax or a Willow Nightingale. Nia Jax is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is into bigger women. I get that. But you just look at her face. Nia Jax is a gorgeous woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. There is not a woman worth cheating on in professional wrestling.
Respect. And honestly, if you're cheating on a woman in general, you're fucked up. Okay.
This is true.
And I just want to say, even with my disdain towards a Mercedes Moné, a Charlotte Flair, or a Candice LeRae, that goes for them too.
Yes.
And everyone knows how I feel about that trifecta.
I do want to ask, though, did he do it while he was in the El Grande Americano mask and he was having a personality
Does
issue?
it matter?
I'm just saying.
James.
It could
James,
happen.
not everything can be turned into
So what James is saying is that Ludwig Kaiser didn't cheat. It was El Grande Americano.
Exactly.
And El Grande isn't with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Ludwig.
I mean, you never know.
Sorry to bark at you like that. It's just like, as someone who's been cheated on before, I'm just like, yeah,
it's not fun, but I've also been cheated on, and that's comedy is the
sorry.
You can do
what
comedy.
is happening here?
You can comedy it. You can
every channel.
I can't prove that I've been cheated on, but I have a good feeling that at least 2 of my exes cheated on me.
Right.
But I can't prove that they did.
Power to the soloists and singlers and virgins.
Right.
Okay, well, that being said, again,
there's sorry, I was about to make the joke again. It's like there's a reason why on I can't remember if it was Simply Predicting or Saturday Shenanigans when I made the joke saying like how Charlotte's not the only Ashley who's 0-3 at love.
Damn.
I don't remember that joke, so I may not have been there for that. But damn, that's a deep cut.
That's a pretty good one.
All I gotta say about that is, Ash, you're loved here. I don't know if I've loved everything that's happened now in this insane edition of my return.
It's okay, Ash. Just
hosting
get yourself some
Saturday
ice cream.
Shenanigans.
You'll be okay.
Ice cream.
Bottom line, you all will be okay.
Put on your favorite movie and.
No, it's I'm good. I've been like single for like the last, I'm gonna say like since 2013, and I'm feeling fine.
Yeah, me too. I hear
Hey,
you.
is the season. There's a lot of cheesy romance movies on the telly these days.
Yeah, 33 and still going on for life. All right, well, that being said, at the end of the day, humanity, fucking get your act together. All right, well, thank you all so much for that open mic night super chat additional discussion. As I'm about to go fucking insane in the membrane, have we got animated?
JJ, get the Jigglypuff.
Get the
Jigglypuff. Get the Jigglypuff.
Wrestling channel on the fucking boob tube will bring you after this commercial break to
Pokemon!
And finally
catch 'em all.
I'm doing me.
Teach me.
I'm doing my best to me.
Pokemon.
We're gonna bid you all goodbye after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
And now for a taste of things to come.
I'm surrounded once again by buffoons. As always, though, here at the Saturday Shenanigans in the Silver Studios, we truly, even during the holiday, bring you the most cheer and mischief. And sometimes it's both naughty and nice. Don't think about it twice. But here we encompass, celebrate, engage, appreciate, anticipate, pontificate, analyze, and criticize upon all media, but particularly all the wrestling. And welcome back here, finally, to the tail end of what has been one of the most ridiculous fucking endings of the Saturday Shenanigans. Oh, well, here we actually didn't talk about pro wrestling Noah real quick, but yeah, here's a little post for you. There you see, of course, Inamura, the new GNC Heavyweight Champion, who beat Penta for that title. Congratulations, as, of course, he is finally holding the Jewel of the Arc. So congratulations to him. What a moment.
That's Uemura, right?
Yes, that's Unamura.
Good for him, man.
I believe in Uemura.
I miss him and Joe Hendry as a team, man.
No, that's a different person. You're thinking of somebody else.
Uya Yamera.
Yeah, that's Yoshiki Inamura. Inamura was the guy who teamed with Josh Briggs for a while on NXT.
Yeah. He's the one that screwed up on predictions that one night. Inamura, two totally different people, two totally different companies. That being said, Tatula, you were saying something real quick?
I was going to ask you what happened to Yuya Uemura. I figured you would know since you watch like Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, Uemura, he's now the Heat Storm. He's been a trailblazer, quite literally, for this generation of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he will be involved in the World Tag League alongside Roughneck Shota Umino. He's already been involved in matches against Royce Tanahashi during his final road of Kinship, previous challenger for the Never Weight Championship, and it's just right now he's just doing great things in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where right now New Japan, they're literally in a renaissance stage where the new generation needs to step up, where people like Ishii, Suzuki, Okada, Naito, Ospreay, Jay White, basically, led their own trail. Satoshi Kojima, of course, for decades to come. All right.
You know, that makes me really happy. He's come a long way since he was teaming with Joe Henry, and I feel like it sounds like he's really come onto his own.
He's really good with Shota. Him and Shota Umino rock as a team.
I'm about to say, they took freaking Knockout Brothers pretty damn hard at King of Pro Wrestling. Ash, of course, can syndicate on that. As me and her reviewed that. You can go watch that at Batty for Wrestling. All right. That being said,
Arlene Super Chat.
What the fuck is this? Who wins? Arlene Dattila and Jeff versus Manuel. If he can get two other people to help him. Never met a woman. Let alone two women that are Latinos. Latinos are crazy. And Jeff. So I'm not going against Arlene Dattila and Jeff here.
I agree, but I'm very confused.
They're going to San Diego, and Emmanuel's favorite wrestler on the planet, John Cena, allegedly will be there. So,
I mean, you could do that.
Whether or not he's wrestling is a whole different conversation. But yeah, about to say, Dattila's already gotten the shock already, and Arlene has beaten Emmanuel on air. So, I mean, the jury
Mind
is out.
you, I am getting a John Cena chair, so.
Well, there you go. Now she has a weapon. So
about to say, the card match. Again, Pascal Park. All right. Well, that being said, thank you, Arlene, once again. All right. Well, boy, you all gave me one hell of a fucking return. And JJ, happy to help you, bruv. But Jesus Christ, get back in your seat. Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Oh,
Wait, this was your return?
Go ahead.
What was that, Dattila?
I said this was his return back?
Yes.
Three weeks from peace, and I come straight to hell. Go ahead, JJ. You got something to say real quick?
I was just going to say, you can't. It's out of my control. I literally started work today at 11:30. There's no reason I should have been there past 3:30 because it was me and two other people at that point, with two others coming on. But they kept me until 7:00. Now, I'm not mad at it because minus a lunch, that's 7 hours of pay plus tips.
True.
So priorities over passions, I can't be too mad, but I don't see why they kept me. I was looking forward to being back here in the host seat tonight. It is what it is, bruv.
Well, I'm always happy to cover you, bruv, but dadgum, you bruvs, bruvettes are crazy.
If you guys need a host, just you guys got me.
You were still doing GCW when we went on the air, just saying.
That's true. That's actually fair.
So let's not throw yourself out there because you end up doing watch long calls for us almost every weekend, bro.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mr. GCW, pretty much at this point. I'm Mr.
Seriously.
Mainstream.
Him and Ryan, dude, I was supposed to be on the GCW call with him yesterday, and they called me last minute to pick up a shift. Ryan had plans. Walter wasn't able to do it at first.
Right.
His plans got canceled, so Walter was able to join him.
And Ryan did
ended
too.
up getting home early from his plans and was able to join him. I was scrambling trying to find people to do the call with him because Ryan said he wasn't going to be there, and I got called in.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it ended up being like a 3 or a 4-man booth because Nick joined him, Walter joined him, Ryan was there. Ended up being a full-on party, but
it was a party. It was fun.
It's crazy the way the things have been going around here lately, and I can only imagine it's going to get crazier as we get into the holidays and people are going to be doing holiday parties and big group reservations and catering and
yeah.
From now through the end of the year is probably going to get nuts for me. So thankfully you're back from your hiatus and willing to jump into the things, but I was supposed to be here. I
Again,
had plans, everything.
Again,
Good
JJ.
try.
I respect your efforts as always, and I respect you all continue to do what we are supposed to, of course, hold up here. Protect your mentality, prayers or passions, just what I've enjoyed wrestling. But I'm happy to be back with y'all. It's been a wild ride on my way back, and I know it's only going to get crazier from here because it is the holiday season, and I already know I got Blood and Guts, Brawl, and so much more waiting for me just in this week. So,
Not to mention we drive you crazy.
well, you know what? If y'all didn't drove me crazy, what will?
We drive you crazy.
Enough of that non-copyright. Let's go ahead and get out there and chill. And
You
again,
know, I was thinking the same thing.
to the chat, thank you all as always for adding to the insanity because you all make it possible for the passion to persist and continue. Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. James, you said something in the private chat, so go ahead and do your plug first, man. And I'll see you later this week on something, I'm sure.
Yes, indeed. You'll see me on Blood and Guts.
There it is.
See me on Blood and Guts, good sir. I cannot see for some reason because this StreamYard is out of date, but you guys can find me on the YouTube, Instagram, and X. That's it. You can find me on Facebook, JC, that's really true, and Dubkeys on the internet. Don't go ahead and check out my uncle's 2 parts. Please actually do that if you haven't already, because like any views we can get on that will translate into part 3 being released, considering how hard I've been working at this like the last week. They've been greatly appreciated because I've been working 24-hour days to get this edited, and I like the process. It's just I also like sleep, and I sacrifice sleep to do this. So if you guys could help me by watching the thing, they'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. But yeah, pretty much it for me, and I will see y'all Wednesday for Blood and Guts.
All right, go get some
Adios.
rest.
Bye.
Take care. And then there were 4. All right. Well, Datilla, it's always a pleasure. My Mighty Morphin friend and TNA faithful compadre. If I don't see you for Simply Predicting on Thursday night, I'm looking forward to the next time you bring your own form of impact on the Shenanigans. Where can people connect to find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @Datilla_. You can check out my YouTube channel, Rangers of Wrestling. You know, I know the year's coming to a close, but I'm going to try to get back on reviewing weekly like I used to. Hope I can get back to doing Raw, SmackDown, and hosting back TNA Impact on Body Slam. But, you know, trying to get everything back together. So,
What about NXT?
She doesn't work Tuesdays. She doesn't work Tuesdays.
That's okay because I don't watch it on Tuesdays either. I usually watch it the next day on the CW app.
And now that I don't watch AEW that much on Wednesdays, kind of frees
There
it
you
up a little bit.
See,
But
so
I
you
can
can watch
CW.
NXT on Wednesdays. I'll watch it on Wednesdays, and assuming I don't work on Wednesday, I will join you for the NXT review, and we can do it together.
You mean your back has finally recovered after all this time?
Dude, I haven't even been wearing my back brace for these last like 4 months or so. I have built up the endurance so that I don't have to wear it anymore. So yes, I can help carry you through a review.
That's good.
And
to
if
know,
you
Jake.
actually watch it every week, I know that's a big thing. After about 3 or 4 weeks, I won't have to carry you as much. And this
there's more.
This may be a long shot here. But if Ash is watching every week also, maybe this could tune into an Ash and Datilla review.
Will be ad.
I'm just throwing it out there. 2 chicks from the SRS that got roped into NXT and they review it together because Batty for Wrestling could use some content going out also. Help
I
this
was
group
thinking
channel.
about doing a full review for NXT through the month because I've been watching weekly.
See, there you go. See, there you go. So you don't even need me.
Datilla,
You
they
don't
already
even
got
need
me. Run while you can.
Actually, back is also going to hurt too. Well, we can't be that, so we have to be ad.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that being said, thank you.
Or if you want to make it a 3-person panel with the Renegade, then we can be rad.
Oh, I was going to say dad, but okay, that works better.
Oh my gosh. JJ's trying
Who
to
would
bring
be the red bug?
We could be dad.
No, I like the rad bug thing. I get that reference.
Oh my gosh. It is trying to be more people in the NXT. Stop it. All right. That being said, thank you, Datilla. Well, from, again, one great female friend of the Zimbabwe Studios to our other great female friends of the Zimbabwe Studios, our baddie wrestling friend, Ash. Indeed.
By elegance.
Far more elegant. Again, though, Ash, I wish you all the best, whatever your future holds. Ash, go ahead and tell where the people can find you.
You can find me on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh, lurking in the spaces, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Baddie for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead, or else Gengar will haunt your dreams.
Oh, bloody hell.
He will. Isn't that an ability that they have? I mean, Gengar?
Yeah, Dream. Nightmare and Dream Eater. They can learn both moves.
Oh, for love of Pete. This is going to turn into a whole different podcast at some point. They don't do NXT. They can talk about Pokemon on their channels. All right. Just like Charlie and freaking, or Dakota, whatever her name is, and Selena do video games. Y'all start your own little pop culture podcast. All right.
We should. Call it ad.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And
JJ, it's been a moment. Glad to help you. Dadgummit.
I don't mind sharing a with your podcast. We'll talk more.
Oh, good Lord. You all are crazy. Always a pleasure to help you, my friend. It's good to be back here, even if just once in a while moderating. Talk about taking us into overtime. This has definitely been one of the wildest shenanigans I think I've ever hosted, and self-created, honestly.
No. The French one was the wildest one you've ever hosted.
Yeah, you all took it to France for a full minute and broke Walter. Good grief.
And I missed that episode.
But you came in during the unique pop culture episode this time, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And before we get to my shells, let's go ahead and take a moment and plug Walter.
Yes, indeed.
You can find him on YouTube at Rage of Wrestling, Instagram walter.cruz.940, X and Blue Sky at Walter Alex Cruz. Let's also go ahead and take a second and plug. We saw them in the comments, super chatting and assisting and giving us more to talk about, but Los Dominguez is.
Yes, Arlene and Emmanuel Dominguez and whether or not they're on TNA Predicting this week or other ones to come, stay tuned, because you know Arlene and Emmanuel will always find a way to get me to rant or break the conversation continue. Appreciate them always. Follow them on the socials as you saw, and follow Walter. Give him 300. Get it, got it, bueno. And that, of course, now takes us into the storm of the Renegade. JJ, plug your stuff.
You can find me on Instagram, of course, at the Renegade JJ Williams, on YouTube at Casa D18 Studios, on X, ROWJJ Williams, and Casa D18 Studio. No S at the end of studios on the X. That's where you'll usually find me hosting and participating in the spaces that Ash mentioned. Of course, you can make sure and follow us at SR Studios 2024 on X as well. That is where you can vote for the first annual Simply Reliable Studios Wrestling Award. Again, you can go and vote for the Male Breakout Star of the Year. Let's get some votes in there, because we currently only have one vote for Male Breakout Star of the Year, which was Ash. And so, yeah, if we don't get any other votes, Ash's pick is going to win by default. So get over there and get your votes in.
JJ, note to self: QR code or somehow obliviously propaganda promote that throughout our watch streams going forward. It might as well be more talked about than the WWE podcast list they talk about during their stuff. But all right, fair enough. Well, thank you for that, JJ.
And again, last but not least, Noah, tell people where they can find you.
I'm back. All right.
Better than ever.
Well, I don't know about that, but back nonetheless. Yes, I am back indeed. If people want to find me, you can find me, simply put, on the X on YouTube and in Foster 1916 for all things wrestling. I'm back here for everything, including hosting one of the craziest editions of the Shenanigans ever. 4 hours. Dadgummit. Again, stay tuned this week. I'll be doing watch-along coverage for who knows what. I'm the mainstream guy, so I'm sure there's going to be, I believe there was a Monday Night Raw. I believe there was Blood and Guts for Wednesday. And also there's Turning Point this Friday. So stay tuned for that. There's also City Predicting. It's back. TNA, City Predicting, Turning Point. will be 10:30 p.m. Standard Time this Thursday night live. TNA League continues, of course, second to last event, of course. As we continue through the month of November, there will be some predicting, of course, for AEW Full Gear and WWE Survivor Series, and we'll be covering both those shows as well. Stay tuned for more on that, and I'm sure if they announce the Thanksgiving Dynamite as is annual tradition, we'll probably cover that as well. And also stay tuned because next we're also covering that Monday Night Raw. But as far as tomorrow goes, I'm sleeping. So until next time, as I always like to remind you and conclude, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, no matter how much they drive you batty or crazy, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It is truly as simple as that. But with that being said, thank
Question
you all.
for you, Noah.
What?
Are you going to be on the review this week?
I don't know. I have to check and see who the reviewer is. I think it's Colin, I think. I have to double check. I'll check and see. I don't know.
Because if you're on the review, then you'll be doing a stream every day.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Because we do have watch-alongs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that you just announced you're committed for.
Yes.
Raw in Boston, Blood
Yes.
and Guts,
Yes.
Turning Point.
Yes.
Simply Predicting on Thursday for Turning Point.
Yes.
So if you're on the review on Tuesday,
Poof.
and then Shenanigans on Saturday.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, what have I done? I am literally back here for everything. Oh, boy. It's like I never left. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess we'll see. So I guess you all will continue to see me much more than John Cena this week, apparently, on your YouTube screens. But
And
until
I mean,
next time,
if you decide to join, I know you don't usually do the indie wrestling shows, but if you decide to join James for the Super Clash show, since it is a super card being put on by House of Glory, then you got that the same night as Shenanigans. So, you know.
oh, bloody hell. I hope I'm out that night with my mom for her birthday, but I don't know if you're doing it Sunday or Saturday. Oh, geez. All right. Well, I guess you guys are
Lots
literally
of
going to
stuff coming for Noah. He took 3 weeks off to recharge, and now he's coming back with at least 6 days in a row starting Monday.
What did I do to deserve this? All right.
You came back.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. All right. Well, again, this is the reason why the business will never die.
And who knows if there's going to be an ATW View impromptu, since those have been stagnant for a while.
It really depends. You know, the whole family is doing their own thing. One person dealing with typhoons. The other one continues to face the chaos of the world. My buddy Anthony continues to be a man of honor. So
Who knows if these two will get together, do something? It's the beginning of the month. When are you supposed to do your simple chat, your simple session, or whatever it's called?
Well, me and Walter Cruz haven't scheduled that, but he is next for episode 3 and episode 4.
Do it on Sunday. Then you have a stream every day of the week.
God. It's literally trying to kill me. Okay.
And then the next Monday is the Raw at the Garden, so you'll be doing that also.
I know.
Then you do 8 streams in a row. Go, Noah.
What is this, WrestleMania week for Noah?
Just keep the streak going. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, again, I think pretty much my whole week and a day has been planned out. So again, folks, stay tuned. But without further ado, I just want to say once again, thank you all so much for tuning in, whether for the whole thing or for a little bit of it, as you all continue to make this possible. So please, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, hit the bell. This video goes live on demand on any other channels to the Super Level Studios. Hit the subscribe button. So I assure you, the creativity, the passion, the chaos, the content, the conversation, and the shenanigans are definitely not going to let up anytime soon. But until the next time we're on your screens, which apparently will be very soon to say the least, I think I'm finally going to bid this thing farewell, but I just saw a very Treasure Cat smile on Jade's face. What was that about?
I'm just laughing at you, Noah. I was just going to chime in and, kind of co-sign. Definitely make sure you guys like and leave comments. That helps keep our videos in the algorithms so that new people can find us and discover us. So if you guys, the loyal viewers that tune in every week, really love us, like the video, comment. That'll help boost the visibility so more people can find us.
Yeah.
And we can bring more fans into this chaos that we bring to you every week. So
what continues to evolve and will never continue.
Evolve like a Pokemon?
Fuck.
Well, what stone? Are you gonna use the Moonstone, the Thunderstone, the Water Stone, Fire Stone?
Or if you want to stop the evolution, you can just attach an Eviolite to it.
For James, for Ash, for JJ, and for me, who was about to literally
Don't forget
lose
Jigglypuff.
his sanity. For all of you in the chat, and to Arlene Emmanuel Dominguez that kept the conversation going. I'm pulling the plug.
And thank you.
I'm pulling the plug on this Crunchyroll sponsorship for a show that should have stopped a long time ago, and saying to you all, as always, take applause with Brats in life. Have a good night, and thank you all for tuning in once again to another insane edition of the Saturday Shenanigans. Have a good freaking night, folks. Good God Almighty.